I'm not taking personal readings at this time. Please do not get scammed by people posing as me in the comments section. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. So today's reading, we are looking into the biggest changes that are about to happen in your personal life and the brand new beginnings that your soul and higher self is calling in. So I pulled a lot of different oracle cards to try and get as much of a rounded message as possible and as many details as possible. We are looking into the biggest changes about to come into your life because we have some really big ingresses happening this year. Neptune just ingressed the sign of Aries March 30th. Uranus will ingress Gemini on July 7th of this year, 2025. Saturn will be moving into Aries this year, May 24th, 2025. And these are really big energies. These are outer planets, right? So Saturn spends about 2.5 years transiting a sign. Uranus spends about 7 years, give or take, transiting a sign. And Neptune spends over a decade. It's going to spend about 14 years transiting Aries. So we have some major planets, major energies moving into brand new signs. And when this happens, it causes a massive shift in our personal lives, in the collective, energetically, spiritually, physically, economically, all over. And we see this play out on a global stage from the macrocosm to the microcosm. We see these shifts happening. So of course, I definitely wanted to do a tarot reading looking into you guys' personal lives and how you guys are going to be experiencing these shifts on a personal level. We've been deep diving into these energies one at a time with the exclusive content that I produce over on Patreon or here on YouTube. For the YouTube members, you guys can join in the description, tarot readings, astrology readings on that, and some other exclusive content that I'm producing. Like we are creating a candle together to welcome in some new psychic abilities that I believe Neptune ingressing the sign of Aries is going to be awakening and activating some psychic gifts, powers, abilities, and talents that have been lying dormant in us for a long time. So I'm going to be doing a pick a card reading for you guys here on YouTube for that. But over for the members on YouTube and the members on Patreon, we're going to be creating a candle together to kind of help ease into that energy. And for my sensitives and empaths and psychics, you may kind of feel that shift a little abrasively. But anyways, you guys, let me show you all of the oracle cards that I was using in today's reading. So in today's reading, you guys are going to be seeing the Sacred Symbols for Divination and Meditation Oracle deck. Also the Shamanic Healing Oracle cards. The Sign of the Times Oracle deck. Magical Spell cards, Craft, Cast, Activate, and Empower. The Essential Oil Oracle cards. The Spiritual Awakening 52 Universal Law Oracle cards. Star Codes Astro Oracle. The Aset Egyptian Oracle cards. Now getting into the disclaimers in the meditation. Obviously, this is a general reading, meaning that it will resonate with who it is meant to resonate with. Tarot does not control or dictate your life. If you hear something that you do not like or agree with and think that you're just fixed to that reality, then you are not using my readings correctly. I conduct these readings for confirmation, not answers. If you hear something for the first time, please do not take that message without receiving further confirmation from your higher self and spiritual team. Realize at the end of the day, you have the final say with your destiny. Your free will is your power, and what you choose to do with it will determine your life outcomes, not a pick a card reading on YouTube. So please be responsible and accountable for your own actions and use this as a guide to help decipher the messages that your spiritual team has been trying to send you all along. If you would like to participate in this meditation, this is a general reading for the collective, so in order for this reading to resonate with you, you need to be synced into the energy of this reading. To help you do that and help you select a pile with your third eye, not your physical ones, I will be offering a 60-second meditation. Halfway into it, I will be placing crystals for my clairvoyants that like to pick piles with objects on them. And after the clairvoyant pile selection, there will be a clairaudient selection where I play a different tone for each pile, and you can select a pile based off of which tone resonates with you the most. If you are drawn to another pile, that's because there is another message for you in that pile. So if you're ready, get into a relaxed position, become aware of your entire body, starting with your feet and working that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds, hold that breath for 3 seconds, and then exhale for 6 to 7 seconds. Then ask your guides, spirit, ancestors, the universe, or all of them to connect you to your higher self so you can receive confirming messages as to the big changes about to come into your life and the new beginning that your soul is calling in. So this is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. On pile 1 is labradorite. On pile 2 is selenite. On pile 3 is amethyst. On pile 4 is smoky quartz. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. So we're starting off you guys' tarot cards. Then I'll be pulling some oracle cards to look into the biggest changes happening in your personal life and the brand new beginnings that your soul is calling in. So getting started, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse for you. Then the Page of Swords, also in reverse. And the Ace of Wands upright. Okay, pile 1, you guys are definitely ready for your life to change. You guys have been ready, and this new beginning is definitely pushing you guys out of your comfort zone with the Queen of Wands in reverse right here. The fact that you have the Queen of Wands in reverse and then the Ace of Wands upright is making a declaration for sure. Wands deals with fire, which is about drive, determination, passion, ambition, motivation. This is how we fall in love with life. This is what makes us feel excited. And so Queen of Wands is the Queen of Power. So in reverse, this is you guys literally taking your power back, reclaiming it from somewhere that was maybe holding it hostage. And you guys are redirecting it with your Ace of Wands right here. You guys are redirecting your power where you choose to focus it. So you guys, this new beginning has you reclaiming your personal power as well as your spiritual power. And this tells me that this new beginning for you guys will start with you overcoming a personal struggle or battle that has brought some challenges into your life. When the Wands shows up in a stressed position or in reverse, it is signaling to some sort of weight, pressure, some sort of stress or struggle. Think the 5 of Wands or the 9 of Wands or the 7 of Wands or the 10 of Wands. This is like talking about something that it's energetically heavy. It's dense. It's a struggle to carry it. It feels like you have the world on your back or on your shoulders. And that's where you guys have spent a lot of energy and have been focusing a lot of your willpower. You've been more concerned with getting through and surviving. So this new beginning will start with you guys feeling free of a major burden that you were carrying. It was weighing you down with this Queen of Wands in reverse, and you guys end up shaking yourself free of that with the Ace of Wands upright right here. Also, too, this could be you guys really embracing who you are. Queen of Wands, when she is upright, as you can see this little black cat right here, he is supposed to be symbolic of her shadow. And the shadow is something that we are made and conditioned to feel ashamed of or embarrassed by. We try to dissociate from our shadow. We don't want to claim it because it's something that brings us shame or guilt, or it makes us just feel unwanted. And, you know, it's something that we have been programmed to stay away from so we can be accepted by other people. And with the Queen of Wands, when she is upright, she says every single part of me is right here. I'm embracing that and I am putting it on display, whether it's my shadow side, my light side, the parts of me that people love, the parts of me people hate. I could care less. That is her standing fully in her power. So this is also for you guys, this new beginning will also have you embracing the side of your feminine energy that is not as accepted. So this would be like your dark feminine or whatnot, you know, if you want to label it that way. But feminine power in general is dark and light. Feminine power is all consuming. It's all encompassing. And so for you guys, whether you identify male, female, this is you completely embracing your feminine power and doing it unapologetically, because the Queen of Wands in reverse, this is you guys kind of like starting to confront the places where it's like you didn't fully accept parts of yourself, or you were made to feel like parts of yourself needed to be hidden, like you needed to make yourself small, like you needed to keep yourself reserved, like you couldn't express certain emotions or feelings, or like you couldn't advocate for yourself, like you couldn't champion or show up for yourself. Queen of Wands in reverse, she does that. She makes herself small. She hides herself. She feels ashamed to stand fully in her power. She is almost too considerate. She overcompensates when Queen of Wands shows up in reverse like this. So for you guys, a lot of this new beginning has to do with you guys flipping this Queen of Wands upright, by acknowledging where you feel like the Queen of Wands in reverse, by acknowledging where it is you feel like, why do I make myself small here? Why do I neglect myself here? Why do I betray myself here? Why do I not show up for myself in this way? Why do I keep myself from showing up fully and at 100%? So that is something that you guys are going to be really challenged by and dealing with and acknowledging and confronting right as you start this new beginning. Also, this new beginning will kick off with some sort of prayer being answered, because the Aces talks about spiritual intervention. A lot of you in this pile have been praying for some sort of breakthrough, and that's exactly what you get with this new beginning. You get to start this new chapter leaving behind old baggage that was like an anchor for you, pulling on your energy, draining you. Spirit is breaking you guys free of something that was really big in your life. And I just actually did an exclusive pick a card reading for Patreon and the YouTube members, where we talked about breakthroughs and revelations that this recent eclipse season had activated for you. So for the members that are watching this reading early, if you guys have seen that reading, it'll have specific information there for you about what you're being personally freed from, going from this Queen of Wands to the Ace, from the Queen of Wands in reverse to the Ace of Wands. If you guys are interested in checking out that reading, the link is in the description for you guys to become a member and see that reading, because it's going to have really specific information about what breakthrough you guys are experiencing, because there's definitely one here going from your Queen of Wands in reverse to your Ace of Wands upright, and even your Page of Swords in reverse. This is you guys learning a lot of stuff. And so and also reframing your mindset, reframing your the way that you kind of like talk to yourself, see yourself, stuff like that with the Page of Swords in reverse. But back to this reading here, you guys, this new beginning is also saying that it starts while you are in the middle of doing some introspection, like we talked about with your Queen of Wands in reverse, because upright, she is a very active, bold, loud character with a larger than life presence. She is audacious. So in reverse, she shuts all of that down to retreat into herself and focus her energy inwards instead of outwards, right? So this makes her a bit more introverted. You guys may be feeling very introverted when this new beginning starts for you. Also, you may be embracing your divine dark feminine when this new beginning happens for you, because she always gives that energy of the divine dark feminine power, as we talked about with her black cat right here sitting on her throne. You guys are going to be moving into this new phase of life completely embracing every side of yourself. You're no longer going to be hiding any part of yourself. And we just had Lilith, who is known as the Dark Queen of Astrology, ingress Scorpio, who's a dark sign. And this is something else that we went into deep detail with for the Patreon and YouTube members. And Scorpio is a dark sign. Lilith is a dark energy. And I don't mean dark as in evil or negative, but dark as in unexplored. Dark as in untapped potential. Dark as in unconscious, or something that we try to ignore. We don't tap into it. It's not at the surface of it's not at the front of our mind. So I'll eventually do a pick a card reading for messages from the dark feminine for you guys. But Queen of Wands in reverse, she stops sharing herself and her power. And this is something that you guys are going to notice right before you start this new chapter as well. You might feel more introverted, less social, like you want to stay in the house more. You may feel less friendly and be more exclusive with who and what you share yourself with. Also, you guys are going to be saying no a lot more with your Queen of Wands in reverse. And this is because you guys are working through some powerful inner changes and shifts, and you are allowing yourself the space to align with this new vibration and to recharge where you need to. Queen of Wands is drained of her power. Her power is her energy. So she's very low energy when she shows up in reverse. You guys are low energy because you've been drained. You're exhausted somewhere because you guys have been working through a transition, a very big one. So this will lead you guys to definitely end up making some changes to your appearance as well, changing how you dress even. You guys are ready for your life to change, like I mentioned at the start of your reading. And this could be you guys starting over with some sort of move to a new area. It could also involve going back to school, taking a course, getting certified, beginning a new study. It will have you guys feeling not as confident with the Queen of Wands in reverse, Ace of Wands upright, Page of Swords in reverse, because you've thrown yourself into a new environment where you have to learn how everything works. And you guys may also be kind of like learning something backwards with this Page of Swords in reverse. Also, too, you guys may be starting something during Mercury retrograde. That may be the right time for you guys to start something. I know generally people say don't start anything new during a Mercury retrograde, but I have always looked at Mercury retrograde as like, it sort of stops some people or sits some people down and causes them to wait and be patient so other people can get going, because there's a lot of moving pieces going on all the time. And these transits don't affect all of us at the same time in the same way. People are not like this monolith, like we are all at different places in life. So you guys may be starting something new. You may be called or led to start something new during this Mercury retrograde. Mercury is still retrograde right now, and he's just recently stepped back into Pisces. So you guys may feel like this is the right time for you to start something new, and listen to yourself. Okay. It's really time for you guys to start listening to yourself. And this is another thing that this phase of life is going to really teach you, is like how to honor yourself, by listening to yourself. So you guys may feel like you're kind of learning something backwards, where it's like you sort of throw yourself into some sort of new experience and you learn as you go, is what I mean, in other words. And this Queen of Wands is also saying that you guys make a huge lifestyle change. And with her being in reverse, it's more about what you guys remove from your life. So you might, like I said, change your appearance. So this could be doing like a drastic haircut. This might be leaving your job, sobering up, cutting off the single lifestyle. Maybe you change how you speak and present yourself. You energetically leave something behind, pile one, with this Queen of Wands in reverse. And this tells me on one end. There's a karmic attachment that you guys have intentionally separated from. Karmic attachments can be anything: people, relationships, practices, chapters. It comes down to patterns that we have felt locked into. So this Page of Swords in reverse is interesting because it doesn't feel as studious as usual. It feels more like learning as you go, like I said, and life experience teaching you guys versus like learning from a book or something. So yeah, this pile feels strongly like a new life experience gets unlocked. And like this is owning your first home, maybe starting your career, becoming a parent, making a move, doing something where you're, again, just sort of learning as you go. Okay. Let's start with a couple of astrology cards here. Okay. So we have what came out for you. So we have for you guys, 11th house community came out. And underneath the deck here, we have Cancer immerse. Cancer may rule some of you guys' 11th house. These are the transits that are going to create shifts for you personally, is the 11th house in Cancer. So 11th house, it does talk about a community, a really big community. It talks about associations or institutions. Again, just like large communal spaces. It also governs humanity as a whole. So the 11th house is like a really big energy. It's a really big sign that deals with like big groups of people in mass, right? So that's the 11th house. It'll also deal with things like friendships and herd mentalities, conscious trends, stuff like that. And then we have here Cancer, who is the ruler of the bottom of the chart. And so this sign is cardinal water. And Cancer, the crab, is known as the sign that retreats into itself. And that's exactly what we talked about with your Queen of Wands in reverse, where it's like you guys are going to be spending some time introverting, going within and introspecting, getting out of communal spaces and going more so like kind of almost like isolating yourself for the time being, as you're working through the last parts of this transition before you start this next phase of life. So it's interesting that we have the 11th house, which is an extremely extroverted energy. And then we have Cancer, which is very reserved, very to itself, especially when Cancer feels like it needs to heal or it needs time to recharge or it needs to rest. If it feels that it needs to do anything, Cancer is retreating into its safe, secure zone or space, which is its home. Also, Cancer is very intuitive, and Cancer is a sign of the mother. It's the sign that rules femininity. And we also talked about that a little bit as well. And 11th house Cancer is going to be somebody that is intuitively drawn to their communities. This is someone that is going to feel pulled towards the spaces and groups of people and environments that they are vibrationally aligned to, that they can learn from, that they can heal from. Cancer being cardinal water, it makes Cancer a sign that has to do a lot with leadership. But this is the type of leader that looks different from the traditional role. This is the type of leader that is empathic. It's very motherly. It's a energy that wants to heal and take care of other people. This also tells me that for you guys, this new beginning may push you guys into a role where you become some sort of leader, or you build a community or find a community that is solely focused on supporting each other, building each other up, taking care of each other, and pouring into one another. You guys may find that right now, or as you transition into this next phase of life, that feminine communities or communities for women and women only is going to be where you feel like you can really recharge spiritually and emotionally. You may find that you are more drawn to or comfortable with feminine energy right now. And as you phase into this next step in life, you may find that it's like you need more feminine energy around you, or you're really starting to tap a lot more into your feminine presence. Also, too, you guys may, for some of you, this next phase of life, you may find yourself working closely with women, or again, feminine energy, or you may find that maybe like the community that you work in is ran by a lot of women or has a lot of women or focuses on women or something like that. Also, too, 11th house can have a lot to do with social activism. So you guys may find that you get involved with different like civil situations or even domestic situations, because Cancer does also rule the domestic part of our life. So you guys may find that there's something to do with communities of women. Maybe you guys end up getting involved in some sort of spiritual community that hosts a lot of women, or it feels feminine. It feels like it has space for you emotionally to really show up as you, as the real you. And what you're really going to feel like is like it feeds you, it recharges you, it fills you up, it fills your cup. So that's going to be another thing that you guys really experience with this shift here, or this new beginning, this next phase of life. Let's see how your perspective will be changing with this next phase of life. Okay, we have cardamom, integrity, trigger statement. It is their fault. True statement. My thoughts are the cause of my suffering. As emotions rise, go within to see what stories and memories are fueling them. Then release what is not serving you with gratitude. Underneath the deck here, we have Spike Nerd, faith, trigger statement. Why does this always happen to me? True statement. I am at peace. Know that everything will work out as it needs to, and hold a space of gratitude as you watch the miracles unfold. So this next phase of life for you guys will have a lot to do as well with surrounding yourself with people that feel morally grounded, and they feel like they have a really good sense of integrity, for the integrity card to come out. And then faith right here. I think a lot of you guys are really reconnecting with your faith, reconnecting with your beliefs, or getting into starting to surround yourself with communities, people, spaces that feel faith-led or faith-driven, for faith and integrity to come out. And then we have here 11th house community, Cancer, immersed, and Cancer is a very spiritual sign as well. But with integrity here, it says, as emotions rise, go within to see what stories and memories are fueling them. This is that introspection that we were talking about with the Queen of Wands in reverse right here, Page of Swords in reverse. This is you guys going within to see how you have neglected yourself, or haven't been there for yourself, or have been fueling certain narratives about yourself with this Queen of Wands in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse right here. And then coming out of that introspection phase, completely healed, completely new with this Ace of Wands right here. This is a rebirth for sure for you guys, pile one, with this new phase of life. This next phase of life is going to feel like a rebirth. It's going to feel like you allow parts of yourself to fall away, to die off with this Queen of Wands in reverse. And the parts that is stripped away from you are the angles or the narratives or the conditioning that has told you not to express certain parts of yourself. And you guys are instead taking those things that you have disassociated from, and you are learning to not only live with them, but to incorporate them as a part of your personal power with the Ace of Wands right here. Okay, so this is like taking that energy, going within, and then coming out feeling brand new. And so, yeah, it says that my thoughts are the cause of my suffering. This is that Page of Swords in reverse, and you guys completely rewriting some sort of narrative or reframing. I did say that with your Page of Swords in reverse when I was just looking at you guys' tarot cards. This is you guys really reframing your mindset. And then with faith over here, it says, I'm at peace. Know that everything will work out as it needs to. So you guys know for a fact that everything will work out as it needs to. As you guys transition to this next phase of life, it may feel a little bit like you're struggling. And we talked about that with the Queen of Wands in reverse. When Wands cards show up in reverse, or when they are poorly aspected or afflicted in a tarot reading, this is talking about feeling a sense of weight or baggage. This is where energy feels dense and it feels like stress. It feels like a struggle. We talked about that So for you guys, you are going to be releasing a lot of that baggage, or a lot of that weight you've been carrying. It's just needed to be transmuted. And that's exactly what you guys are doing with your going from your Queen of Wands in reverse to the Ace of Wands upright. Okay, so you guys are really transmuting energy and starting to direct it on your own. And that's a good reminder for you guys right here. Know that everything will work out as it needs to, and hold a space of gratitude as you watch the miracles unfold. So there's also going to be a lot of miracles popping up in you guys' life in this next phase of life as well. Let's see what new focus or theme might be for this next phase of life for you guys. Is the focus or theme? Transformation, exactly. We have here water that fell face down, but I believe transformation wanted to be seen. This is what I'm saying. You guys are transmuting. You're going within, you're introspecting, you are retreating. As we talked about with Cancer, your Queen of Wands in reverse, you guys are retreating into your shell, into your comfort zone, into your safe zone, you're almost isolating for the time being, so you can do that inner work, transition, and then come out on the other side with this Ace of Wands transformed like the butterfly does. How the caterpillar goes into the cocoon, it comes out as the butterfly. That's exactly what you guys are doing. And that's going to be the theme for your next phase of life. And what did I just say, you guys? You are transmuting energy. Look at what's underneath the deck for you. Transmute. That's exactly what I was talking about. You guys are shedding, releasing, stripping away from parts of yourself that told you not to embrace certain sides of who you were, certain narratives, whatever it may be, certain identities, things about you guys. There's certain parts of you that you guys rejected, and it has caused you to disassociate from your own authenticity and from your own truth. And that is what you guys are stripping away. You're shedding that skin, just like a snake. I talked about that with your Queen of Wands in reverse going to the Ace of Wands. You guys are transmuting that energy. Okay, so that is going to be the theme for you guys' next phase of life or new beginning, is transformation and transmute. Transmutation is a personal skill. That is something where it is a gift to learn how to transmute, because it is like I said, it's a personal gift where when you learn how to transmute your own energy, it doesn't mean that you know how to transmute other people's energy, because everybody is different energetically, physiologically. Everyone is different. We all come from different backgrounds. Every single person has their own special treatment plan when it comes to energy work. You guys are going to be mastering your own treatment plan, we'll call it, with transmute right here. You guys are going to be mastering your own energy. Queen of Wands in reverse going to the Ace of Wands here. So you guys are going to be going through and learning every single part about yourself as you phase into this next part of life. So, and that's what's going to help you guys transform and really embrace your power, your full power. So really interesting. And then we have this card, it fell face down, like I said, but we have here water. So this is just you guys getting more comfortable with your emotions as well. Your emotions, that sacral chakra area. Let's see what you guys will be healing. Okay, you guys are, look, transformation came out underneath the deck again. And then we have your masculine energy, and it's represented with the sun here. So you guys are also healing your masculine energy, and you guys getting in touch with, we talked about you guys in your pile, getting in touch with your feminine energy, maybe even your dark feminine energy. And maybe you guys getting more closely connected or intimate with your feminine energy. Maybe it helps you guys step into your masculine energy and your masculine power, which is a lot more assertive, a lot more active, a lot more bold, and audacious. So, you know, Queen of Wands, she can have a little bit of masculine energy, because wands, the element of wands, which is fire, is masculine. It's a masculine element. The wands and the swords are masculine elements, and you guys have all masculine cards here. So you guys are also going to be healing your masculine energy. This is going to help you guys become more confident, more bold, more assertive, more audacious, more active, more proactive even. So if you feel like you've been hesitant or resistant to certain things like change and transformation, you guys are going to, you'll find that as you heal your masculine energy, you step into these new phases, you step into the transformation process with a sense of confidence. Like, I know I'm going to come out on the other side better. And you're not in your head as much anymore. So that's another thing that's being healed. Page of Swords in reverse right here. You guys aren't as much in your head anymore, doubting yourself, questioning yourself, holding yourself back. A couple of signs that you guys might see right before this change. We have here butterfly again. You guys see that? Butterflies keep coming out for you. Watch out for butterflies, pile one. Butterflies, you guys may notice a lot of butterflies around you, or imagery of butterflies, something like that. And that's how you're going to know that this next phase of life is right around the corner for you. But it says butterfly here, metamorphosis. This is exactly what we talked about. Your Queen of Wands in reverse, coming out on the other side is the Ace of Wands. Okay, and then we have here angel numbers. You guys may notice a lot of angel numbers over and over and over again. And it may even be the same angel number too. But we have here 1212 on this. We have, 1111 right here. Angel numbers confirmation. You guys will notice a lot of confirmation, a lot of synchronicities, a lot of, things just sort of like it keeps popping up for you right before this next phase of life starts for you. So metamorphosis and confirmation, the more angel numbers or synchronicities that you guys keep saying, that's how you're going to know that you are in the middle of this metamorphosis or just about to start it, or this next phase of life is coming in for you guys. Okay. So also watch out for the butterflies. That is huge for you guys. We got transformation twice, butterflies twice. Oh my God, you guys, I'm just now realizing there's a caterpillar on this transformation card. Insane. Yeah, this is that Cancer energy, retreating into its shell, retreating into its cocoon. Let's see what Commission Netter may be overseeing this next phase of life for you. And we have Ma'at, cosmic justice, you guys. Cosmic justice is coming in. Then we have underneath the deck, scrying true future. Ma'at is not necessarily a netter or goddess. She's a principle. She's a way of life. And their beliefs were that when a person died, their soul descended into the Dwada, the underworld, where they were tried or judged. And so their heart was weighed on a scale against a feather. And if their heart outweighed the feather, then that meant that they carried too much from their life into the afterlife. That meant that they faced a certain judgment. If their heart was lighter than the feather, that meant that they didn't carry things. And so it's interesting because you guys have where is it? The card here, integrity, that talks about as emotions rise, go within to see what stories and memories are fueling them, then release what is not serving you with gratitude. So this talks about releasing things. In other words, when it comes to a release, what does that mean? That means transmuting energy. When we forgive, that is magic. That is transmutation happening in real time. When we forgive things, when we let them go. And you have to forgive things on your own time and at your own pace, because forgiveness is a very, very serious, delicate process. And it can't happen if we're forcing it and if we don't genuinely mean it. And sometimes we have to hold on and grieve things and be angry, because that is that energy. That is that emotion moving through us. That is us authentically feeling the parts of us that have been wounded or traumatized or hurt or mistreated. And somebody has to answer for that. And sometimes when we feel like someone has gotten away or situations have gotten away with hurting us, we're the ones that have to feel that. We have to feel our way through that pain. And so for you guys, there could be an idea here of forgiveness coming through for you. Like I said, again, you do that on your own time, because you deserve to not live with the things that other people and other situations have put on you. We talked about that a little bit with the Queen of Wands in reverse, walking around feeling like you're carrying the world on your back. Nobody deserves to feel that. And so, especially when you weren't the cause of it. So for you guys, this is why transformation, transmuting keeps coming through for you. Metamorphosis over here, integrity, because it's about you guys releasing that energy, letting it go. I did say that when I was just looking at you guys' tarot cards with the Queen of Wands in reverse. This is you guys releasing something, removing something, allowing something to fall away, to be stripped of certain energies that have felt like they felt like baggage. They felt like an anchor, like they've been holding you down. So you guys, the cosmic justice is coming through for you. Justice is definitely coming through for you. And a sense of justice that's going to be served is you guys being freed of what's been holding you down and what's been holding you back. Okay. So you guys are totally transmuting. Look into Ma'at, read about her story a little bit. Like I said, she's not a goddess. She's a principle. She's an idea. She's a way of life. Her ways of life were meant to help people not carry the heaviness and the baggage and the burdens and the weight of the past. Okay, let's just see what magic you guys are doing. We have here harmony. Harmony, and underneath the deck we have victory. As I create, I will share harmony divine with love and care. There's more harmony coming into you guys' life. And I feel like this harmony card is talking about you guys finally feeling at peace, or like you're harmonizing with yourself. Entire being feels like it is finally at home with itself, like it's harmonizing with itself, like there's not different parts of you that are fighting itself. So this is the end of internal conflict with this harmony card right here for a lot of you. And then we have here victory. Again, this is that cosmic justice saying, I shall celebrate and I shall rise. I will let victory make me wise. Okay. Only for you guys, just because angel numbers came out, I'm just going to pull an angel number card here and see if there's a specific angel number and what the message is for you guys. There's a chunk of cards. We have 555, 333, 444. Let me see if these are yours. We have 454 underneath the deck. Oh my God, these are definitely yours. Look at what came out again. Transformation. Oh my God. I don't even need to shuffle to see. I was about to shuffle and make sure that these are yours, because when a chunk of cards come out, I try to focus on getting one card. So when a chunk of cards come out, I try to get confirmation. But with transformation being here, yeah, this is definitely you guys' cards. We have here 333, 555, 444. So we have 345 for you, and then 454 underneath the deck. 333 expansion says trust in your abilities and embrace opportunities for growth and expansion. You guys have growth and expansion on the way in this next phase of life. We have transformation 555, release old habits, embrace new opportunities for growth, and trust in the universe's plan for you. Okay. The universe has a plan for you guys. And then we have stability 444. Angels are guiding and supporting you, providing a stable foundation for success. So stability is also coming in with this next phase of life for you. And then underneath the deck here, 454 says changes, embrace change, and take courageous steps to unlock opportunities for personal growth and spiritual transformation. Again, with that word transformation. Transformation is all over your pile one. I don't think I've ever seen transformation come out this much in a reading. Metamorphosis, transformation, butterflies keep popping up everywhere. Final message. The spiritual awakening, especially for you guys going through this transformation, this metamorphosis. Let's see what spiritual awakening. Okay, we have here the law of abundance. Open your mind to your prosperous nature, pile one. So this next phase of life is going to be prosperous for you. So I'm going to read that out of the book. We also have here underneath the deck, the law of pure potential. Open your mind to all possibilities and allow yourself to receive everything. Okay, you guys are going to be tapping into your pure potential. This is the parts of you that you haven't tapped into because you were taught to reject them. Like we talked about the black cat here. Okay. And it says for you guys, the spiritual truth is that the very essence of who you are is abundance. By drawing this card, your higher self desires for you to awaken to your infinite potential, just like this one talks about pure potential over here. Your infinite potential and innovation. Let go of any scarcity mentality. Release any perception that you have about the circumstances of your life as a problem. This is that Queen of Wands in reverse. And it says you will unveil the power within by shifting your mind to viewing it as an opportunity. Again, going through that mental shift with your Page of Swords in reverse right here, and embracing all of your willpower, all of your inner personal power with the Ace of Wands. It says the universe is ready to pour wealth unto you now. Open your mind and practice receiving. Really interesting, because this one also talks about receiving. I think I'm going to read that one for you guys too then. Journal in action here says, write a list of everything that you desire and every experience you wish to have. Everything. Now live 100% in faith, never energizing any thought that is not in alignment with that creation. Now ask yourself, who do I need to become to be a vibrational match to all of it? This is what you guys are shifting into. You guys are going through this metamorphosis, transformation, transmuting process so you can vibrationally align to abundance here. So whatever this next phase of life is, it's going to be extremely prosperous for you. This card over here, Spike Nerd Faith, talked about miracles unfolding, just having faith in it. Like this one says, like this message here says right here, now live in 100% faith, never energizing any thought that is not in alignment with that creation of abundance. And the universal law of pure potential says you may be experiencing feeling stuck in an area of your life. We kind of talked about that, your Queen of Wands in reverse. However, the same energy that bonds you can set you free. By drawing this card, your higher self desires for you to have a breakthrough. Any current, like I said, you guys check out that pick a card reading that I did for the YouTube members and the Patreon members about the specific breakthroughs that you are experiencing. If you're interested in that, link is in the description, because it literally talks about a breakthrough right here. Your higher self desires for you to have a breakthrough. And I mentioned that earlier in you guys' reading. It says any current undesired situation is the universe's brilliant way of creating a breakdown for you to awaken to your abundant nature. Begin to shift your energy by giving gratitude to any situation where you are experiencing resistance, seeing it as a blessing in disguise. Next, go within and listen to what your heart truly wishes. This card comes forward as a sign for you to let go of the way you have been doing things. Just like the transmute card right here in transformation. It says, open your mind to all possibilities. There are unlimited ways of creating your dreams. Journal in action says, make a list of what you currently believe needs to happen in order for your dreams to come true. Make a list of all the ways you think your dreams will happen. Then have a spiritual ceremony and burn your list. Example, I need to hustle in order to have success, or I need to do X and then Y will happen. And pile one, this is it. This is all that I have for you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, as well as Ma'at for coming through and giving you guys these messages. You guys stay safe, healthy, blessed, keep conquering the world, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. So this reading, we are looking into the biggest changes happening in your personal life and the brand new beginnings that your soul and higher self is calling in. So I'm going to start with your tarot cards, then we'll be pulling some oracle cards. So the very first tarot card that we have for you is the Five of Wands, then the Lovers, and then the Five of Swords. So pile 2, you guys' new chapter has to do with commitment and devotion. People around you will be exposing where their loyalty lies, or if they have any loyalty at all, with the Five of Swords over here. This is either you guys aligning to people or your current relationships strengthening in their connections to the point that disagreements, differences, and conflicts do not like disrupt or destroy what you guys have and what you have built. For some of you, you may have a history of relationships that don't last very long, or they end after some sort of trouble pops up, with the Five of Wands over here. And it may have gotten to the point where you guys didn't expect people to stay in your life for very long. You may have felt like people never fight for you, or they never fight to keep you in their life. And that's a really big change here with this next phase of life that you're moving into. There's some relationships in your life that will mature to the point that they can withstand any sort of issues, because people are getting their egos out of the way. And it's not their priority. So this is like rising above the petty stuff and focusing on what is important, which is building something. And so a lot of you guys, new beginning will revolve around more peace in your relationships, but you may see some connections that fall away in this next chapter, or as you walk into this next chapter, especially any of them that were causing problems in the stable relationships in your life. So you may see people around the time of this new start, maybe start arguments or issues, and their own chaos removes them from your life. It's their own chaos that completely removes them out of your way and out of your life. So this new chapter will feel very fated, pile 2, where it's like there's some sort of a higher force moving people either in or out of your life. or further away or closer towards you. So this seems like a very specific plan from the universe here. And I really wonder if you guys' like progressed moon has just moved into like a new sign or a new house in your natal chart, because it's kind of what it's giving right now. You've got 2 5 cards here though, pile 2, and then a 6 card. So 5s in the minor arcana, they talk about a turning point. They talk about the proverbial fork in the road, where there are challenges and obstacles that force you to make a decision. Very square sort of aspect in astrology. And so it's like it causes either fight or flight mode. And that's what squares do in astrology. They apply a very concentrated type of pressure that feels personal and like the walls are closing in. And it does this to squeeze or force us out of a comfort zone or wherever we have been stagnant or wherever we keep repeating the same cycles. That's what's happening here for you guys just before you walk into this new chapter or this new beginning. 5s represent conflict, and we see that with the 2 5s that you have. These are very different from the 5 of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups, where they're more isolated in the 5 of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups, because the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords, as you guys can see, there's multiple people in both of these cards, right? They are battling other people, and it's because Wands and Swords, they're more masculine in their suits. Their elements, the wands and the swords, they're more masculine elements, which is the fire and air. So they're trying to impose their own agendas, in other words, or opinions or energy onto others. And they're dealing with some pushback. They're dealing with some resistance. So you may notice right before your next chapter starts, there's a lot of conflict with other people in your life. And it may have a lot to do with a clashing of what people think they need to do or a clashing of beliefs. This is incompatibilities just getting exposed everywhere for what they are, and people and really yourself realizing that like, oh, this isn't going to work. Like, we are different people at our core. Our characters couldn't be any different. I am not the type of person that you are, and vice versa. And there just being no progress because it's like 2 bulls locking horns. They're not getting anywhere. And you may notice that happen in a few relationships of yours. And it's not something that you can move past. It might not be like a really big, for some reason, to me, this doesn't feel like a huge issue. This doesn't feel like a betrayal. This doesn't feel like somebody stabbing you in the back. This doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like this trauma sort of thing. It feels like it's coming through on my end is like, it's petty. This is something we could work beyond, but we are so different. Our cores are different. Our characters are different. Our principles just don't align. And because of that, we cannot build together. Everything that we try to do together, it gets thwarted. It gets stopped. It comes undone because we can't see eye to eye on how to build a foundation or how to get anything going, how to get anything started, on how to establish something. We can't agree on taking the first step together and how we do that together. So we can't build. And it's like, it just keeps you guys from moving forward. And so it's like, it's too draining on both parties, on both ends. And you may notice that you deal with that in a relationship or two of yours as you walk into this next phase of life. You may notice that there's a lot of conflict, and you may or may not be involved in it. In other words, this could be people around you fighting with one another. Maybe you guys are in the middle, or you guys might be engaging in some of these issues. Either way, it's a big signal that a new start is coming. And look at your center card. You guys have the Lovers here. The fresh start here for you guys is with a one-on-one partnership. It could be romantic, but the new beginning is aligning with someone and the connection feels faded. It feels like it doesn't even feel like it. It does work. That is a factual thing. It works. You guys are compatible. You see eye to eye. It moves so smoothly. It is seamless. You guys are like aligned. You're like working together in harmony as like one. So this could definitely be, like I said, a relationship in your life. But the point is that Destiny is aligned to bring you two together, and you guys are destined to start this new chapter with someone else. You guys are meant to walk into this next phase of life with someone that's very important to you. And there's two fates that's merging into one with the Lovers card here. And you guys are going to know who this is because they will feel like the only safe space or like the only sane person to you in your life that is dependable, that is trustworthy. While other people around you, they may be involved in some sort of drama. They may bring a lot of loudness to your life. And this person in this Lovers card here, they're like a sense of quiet, not like literally, but just in a way where it's like they don't trigger you. They don't inflame your sense of security. They don't put you in like survival mode. They don't make you feel like you got to fight in order to make it or survive. And so, this person will bring you a lot of peace in the middle of some disputes or differences that you guys are working through for sure with this next phase of life here. Okay, let me straighten my camera. All right, so let's get started. Let's see what cosmic transits will create shifts for you with this next phase of life that you guys are walking into. This is two cards. We have 2nd house and 12th house. I'm going to keep shuffling because it's a couple cards, so hold on. All right. We have 9th house exploration and then solar calm clarify. So clarity is coming in. 9th house, it talks about our belief system. It talks about our morals. It talks about our principles. It talks about what we believe in. And it also talks about wisdom and life experience. The 9th house is how we explore life to find what resonates with us. So 9th house is the house where we are pulled towards things or called towards things because it speaks to us. It feels like it knows us. So we find more of ourselves in the 9th house. And I find it really interesting that both of these cards came out for you guys, because as we were talking about with your 5 of Wands and 5 of Swords right here, this is a clashing of principles. And that's exactly what we develop in the 9th house is our beliefs. And this isn't just like information and knowledge that we learn or is taught to us like in the 3rd house. It's opposing house, but in the 9th house, it's like the stuff that we learn, it becomes so ingrained within us that it becomes a part of who we are. We frame our life around that. We develop a moral system and a moral compass off of those beliefs. So it literally becomes a part of us and a part of our life and how we live our life. For instance, it's kind of like an example would be like how people in different religious sectors or like in church or something, they in the Christian faith, you're supposed to live as Christ would, right? That is what happens in the 9th house. We form this idea about how I should be, the type of person I should be, and the way that I should live my life. So it's a very righteous kind of sort of house with the 9th house here. It's going to deal with things like wisdom and the guru and stuff like that. But I find it interesting that came out because we talked about a clashing of principles where it's like your core and my core don't go together. They are completely incompatible. The person I am at my core, my essence, the being that I am, is in complete opposition to this other person. And that's why we are clashing with the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords. And solar calm clarify. Solar calm talks about a moment where the sun is not very like active or stormy, because the sun itself, it goes through like these phases where it's like for years on out where it's kind of like building in its activity and then it sort of cools off and calms down. For you guys, solar calm, solar is what? It's wands, it's fire. This is that 5 of Wands. Something is building up kind of like to a climax with you guys, and then it cools off and it calms down. So the next phase of life that you guys are moving into, it is going to seem way more calm, not as much conflict at all, which we already talked about just looking at your tarot cards here. It's not going to seem like as nearly as much conflict because you guys are going to be in this lovers sort of phase or energy with the lovers card right here, where it's like you have teamed up with people where, again, you guys' cores, you guys' essence, you guys' principles are a match, are extremely compatible, and you fit together like puzzle pieces. You really complete each other. It's going to be your counterpart. Whether it's romantic, platonic, family, doesn't matter. You guys are really going to fit together. You're not going to be battling each other because you guys see life in such different ways. And this is just like, just pure disagreements with the Five of Wands and Five of Swords. And so with solar calm clarity, this is people's egos being calm. It's not as inflamed like we talked about. So yeah, this is a solar calm clarity or clarify coming because you are matching up with people in different situations in your life where you guys share the same core beliefs, with ninth house and solar calm coming out together. So that is going to be what the next phase of life really looks like and feels like for you guys. And so you guys are going to notice that these sort of like transits, cosmic transits, cause some sort of shifts for you as well. So yeah, there's going to be some clarity and some clarification that comes to your beliefs, what you believe in, what is important to you. Okay. With both of these cards coming out, let's look into how you guys' perspective will change. We have here Soothe and then Roman Chamomile underneath the deck. And Soothe, yeah, this is that solar calm clarify. Soothe says, trigger statement, I need to fix this. This is what this Five of Wands, Five of Swords is. Like I said, it doesn't feel like this big thing, like somebody stabs you in the back or betrays you. It just feels like we can't agree. So yeah, this is people fighting each other in the Five of Wands, Five of Swords, saying, no, I have the answers. I know what we all need to do. And everybody disagreeing on what the answer, what the resolution is. So this is that I need to fix this. And then true statement says, I'm willing to learn from this. Again, this is that ninth house exploration. Lift yourself above your life situation and observe as a witness. Understand that you are so much more than the story. So this is definitely about you guys is like having a big perspective shift, where you kind of go from like this first person point of view to like a third person point of view. And you're not moving through ego. You're not like involved in this clashing where you're not being like led by ego or perspective or opinion, stuff like that. But more so just kind of like, again, you guys just sort of washing your hands of the situation and releasing these conflicts from your life and just saying like, I don't need to fix this anymore. I'm willing to learn from this. I'm willing to step back and just kind of just remove myself from the situation. And then we have Roman Chamomile Destiny underneath the deck. Trigger statement, I am lost. True statement, I do what I love. Like I said, with you guys' lovers card right here, Destiny, you guys are like, it's going to feel like fate when you guys come together with this other person. True statement, I do what I love. There is a path waiting just for you. This is that lovers card. Open your heart and mind so you can use it on your journey of fulfillment. This is going to feel very fulfilling for you guys. And this lovers card situation or person is going to bring a lot of clarity to your life. They will also help you guys kind of explore your life or your beliefs in a certain way as well, with the ninth house right here. You definitely won't be triggering though. Let's see what theme or focus is going to be at work in you guys' next phase of life. This is the card that flipped over and then it flipped back over, but we have here shift. Underneath that, we have here new life, and then we have here air. So you guys are definitely shifting into a new life. Let me make sure that this is your cards though. Okay, yeah, these are your cards. So new life and shift here. Now healers underneath the deck, but it was air, which talks about communication, sword sort of ordeal. But we have here new life and shift for you. So new life, honestly, too, with the Ankh here as a symbol, but this deck does use like Commission symbolism. But with new life here, the Ankh, it does talk about the combining of different qualities or different angles, different sides, like yin yang. It talks about how you have the masculine element that comes together with the feminine element, and it creates an offspring. That is what the Ankh symbolizes. And so for you guys, this new life, it could be talking about literal new life, like a actual like child, a baby, or a new person that comes into your life with the Lovers card right here. So this could be like a new relationship. This could be a new friend. This could be a new business associate. This could be a new family member. This could be a baby. This could be a child. This could be even a pet. But there is a new life coming into you guys' life. I believe in the literal sense, but also I believe that new life this card is speaking metaphorically as well, where you guys are shift right here you're shifting into your new life. Something is just going to feel very, very new. It's going to feel like a brand new world, a brand new reality, a brand new life opens up for you guys. And it's going to feel like night and day. For a lot of you in this pile too, for new life to come out. This is what the point of the reading is today, looking into you guys' new life. And I believe that it's going to feel so drastically new because of how much clarity you guys get, because of how much things calm down. So something is building up to a climax, and then all of a sudden it's just going to go quiet, and it's just going to be peaceful, and it's just going to be easy, and it's just going to fit. It's going to work. It's going to be compatible. And that's what's going to feel so new for you guys. So you guys may be coming out of a cycle, a very long cycle. That's why I mentioned you guys' progressed moon. That makes a lot of sense. I feel like you guys' progressed moon may have like moved, because the moon in astrology, she changes signs every 2.5 days. When it comes to progressed charts, she stays in that one particular sign for 2.5 years. And so every time our progressed moon shifts into a new sign or a new house, you really feel that shift, because the moon is she represents the most vulnerable part of us, and the part of us that like we feel at our core. So for you guys, you may be going through that kind of a shift in your own natal chart. If you know how to look into that, I don't know, they may have progressed moon charts or readings or something like that. If they do, I'll try to find one and link one in the description if you're interested in looking into that. But yeah, with new life here, there's something big happening with you guys, is like your chart for sure. There's some sort of big movement. You may have one of the outer planets, either Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, or Pluto, shifting into a new house of yours. We do have Neptune just moved into a brand new sign, Aries, on March 30th. Uranus will be moving into a brand new sign, Gemini, in about a month or two. Pluto just moved into a brand new sign, Aquarius, last November. So we may have something happening there. And I know Saturn will be moving into Aries pretty soon as well. But yeah, new life here. You guys are definitely moving into a brand new life. And it's going to have a huge impact on you guys' relationships. Massive impact on you guys' relationships, and also too, just you guys' beliefs. You may feel like a totally different person. Other people may tell you as you shift into this next phase of life that like you are a totally different person with 9th house right here, because again, that represents your beliefs, how you live your life. So yeah, very big shifts here. 9th house is kind of like what happens when someone discovers like spirituality or Christianity or some sort of way of life that speaks to them. It resonates with them, and they're like, yes, that's the answer. That's the answer that I've needed to fix my life, like the soothing card talks about right here. And we have destiny. Something's going to feel fated or destined that you guys end up finding. And that may also be why you guys feel like you have shifted into this new life, because it feels like it's meant to be. Let's see what's going to be healing in you guys' life. What you're going to be healing. We have here healing energy. Underneath the deck here, we have teaching. So yeah, again, this is you guys learning. You're learning something new. You guys are definitely learning something new, especially with 9th house down here. Like I said, it taught that 9th house, it deals with knowledge, wisdom, how we turn or convert knowledge into wisdom. So for you guys teaching, it's like you're learning something. You're exploring, like 9th house exploration talks about. You guys are kind of exploring. You are looking for maybe some answers somewhere because there's so much conflict going on in your life. And, conflict, like I said, this is like that square aspect in astrology where it applies this really concentrated pressure to one area of our life, and it gets us to move. It gets us to make a change in our life because it's too uncomfortable to stay there. We can't stay there. The walls start closing in and we are forced to leave that part of our life. We have to make a change. And so this is what's happening with you guys, is like this conflict may start to make you feel claustrophobic in some way, or maybe like energetically, you may start to feel like a little bit claustrophobic, like there's a lot of pressure or stress going on in your life. And that may be the kind of catalyst that pushes you guys into like, let me go explore a different part of my life with ninth house exploration right here. Let me go explore a different part of life. Life can't just be about conflict and drama and stress and trying to make things work or trying to survive or just trying to get through the day or trying to push through. It can't just be about this. And that pushes you guys to go look elsewhere. And what you end up finding is your own sense of destiny. You end up finding yourself as you explore and as you step outside of whatever this conflict is. And that's what's going to help make you guys feel like you've shifted into a whole new life where it's like, it's just peace and calm. My life just isn't full of drama and problems and difficulty and stress and struggle. And it's not full of that anymore. It's peaceful now. So there's a lot of healing energy and teaching here. Okay. That's what's going to be healed for you guys. Let's see what signs you guys may see just before you step into this new phase of life. We have here clouds, distractions, and then anchor stability. Okay. So you guys may start spending a lot more time outdoors. You guys may start kind of sky gazing or cloud gazing, or you may notice something in the clouds. You may see a lot of imagery of clouds. You guys may even travel or take a flight or something. We do have the ninth house here that talks about long distance travel. You guys may be spending a lot of time looking at the clouds, or you may be getting a lot of imagery of clouds and stuff like that. You may be even dreaming of flying and stuff like that right before this next phase of life hits. Is just a sign that this new life, the shift into your new life is right around the corner. But it says clouds, distractions. So you guys may notice that you're very distracted. Like we talked about, there's a lot of conflict. There's a lot of business. There's a lot going on right before you shift into this new life. Okay. Lots of distractions. And then we also have here anchor stability. So you guys may notice like a lot of images of anchors, or there could be something about maybe like ships, images of ships and stuff like that. You guys may even dream of anchors or being out on water or being like on a ship or something. You may even see a red door or something specifically with anchors right before you step into this next phase of life. And anchor stability, something may stabilize the moment that you shift into this new life as well. And what's going to stabilize is what we already talked about here with your Lover's card. This is your destiny starting to feel like stabilized, and you're going to feel stable. You're going to feel secure because it's like, oh, I found exactly what I was meant to find. And it's going to be this like instantaneous like shift, just like that. Let's see what magic is happening for you with this next phase of life. We have safe travel, and then we have here grace. Yeah. So you guys watch out for any sort of images of ships and stuff like that, but you guys are definitely going to be traveling. This could be literally or more figuratively, but you guys are definitely going to be traveling. You may even be sort of like, whenever I see safe travel in this specific deck, it always reminds me of like astral traveling. So you guys may even have some like lucid experiences during dreaming. You may even like have an out-of-body experience as you're dreaming, or while you're meditating. You may go into really deep meditations just before you guys shift into this new life, or you may be literally having to travel, like we talked about the clouds over here. You guys may be flying around or traveling, something like that, just as you shift into this new life. But also, this is the magic that's going to be happening for you guys in this next phase of life. There's going to be something magical about you guys traveling, exploring, whether this is literally or figuratively. You guys may be literally taking a plane, hopping on a flight and going somewhere. What it was the saying, catch flights, not feelings, or something like that. You guys may be literally like hopping on a flight and, going somewhere and experiencing like a different part of the world. And it really just completely breaks you open mentally, and you guys learn a lot, you soak up a lot, and it changes your life. It could be like a life-changing trip, or this could be you guys like traveling mentally, maybe picking up some books, listening to some podcasts, and just starting to again introduce new philosophies and stuff like that into your life with the ninth house exploration. But we definitely, again, this idea of exploring coming out with the ninth house exploration and safe travel. Keep me safe and let me roam far away, but bring me home. And then we have here grace blessings come to me to set me free. You guys may also start to feel like you can let some things go, and that you can show some people or some situations in your life some grace. These five energies, this conflict here with the Five of Wands and the Five of Swords, you may start to feel like, okay, I am able to show them some grace. I am able to move past some things or look past some things. I know they're going through a lot of things in their life. This may be why they are so, filled with drama right now, or so loud, or they're causing so many issues, or they're so stressful or combative. And you guys may be able to look past that. And then this also looks like the Three of Cups card right here on the front. So you guys may be able to look past that at some point as you move into this next phase of life. That is also the magic happening, where it's like, oh, I'm able to forgive. I'm able to look past the things that this conflict brought into my life. We also even have peace here underneath grace. So something's definitely going to feel peaceful. Let's see if there's a commission netter for you that is going to be at work. You guys' card, the way you guys' cards have just been jumping out this reading for this pile. I kind of had to shuffle for pile one. For you guys, it's like your cards have just been like popping right out. We have here Tahuti, Akashic Records. Underneath the deck here, we have Anubis, guide and protector. And Anubis, he takes the souls after, in the Commission tradition, when a person wested, that's what they called dying back then. They believed that Anubis came, got that person's soul, led them into the duat, where they had their heart tried with the weighing of the heart ceremony. And so Anubis would guide these souls in the duat, in the underworld, in other words. And so it's interesting. Again, this is kind of coming back to that idea of exploring, traveling. So just know with Anubis coming out here, you guys, or Anpu, that's his Commission name. Anubis is his Egyptian name, his Greek given name. But with Anubis here, you guys may feel like you have to explore, like you have to travel, like you have to step outside of your comfort zone. And just know that if that worries you or scares you or makes you a little stressed, just know that you have a guide and a protector that is right beside you every single step of the way. It could be Anubis if you really feel connected and comfortable with Anubis, Anpu, or if there is another energy in your life. But again, like I said, with your Lover's card right here, you guys are meant to step into this next phase of life with another person. And with Anubis coming out and saying that he's your guide and protector, he's going to be right beside you every step of the way. There is going to be somebody beside you every single step of the way, physically as well as spiritually. And then we have here Tahuti, Akashic Records. And Tahuti, Jehudi, or Thoth, a lot of people know him as he was the netter that represented knowledge. He had all the knowledge of the universe. And it's interesting because we kept talking about knowledge in your pile, because that's what the ninth house rules. It rules knowledge. You guys are meant, okay? Tahuti is going to also be guiding you guys through this phase of life where you are exploring and you are finding new beliefs, new principles. It could even be religion you're getting into, spirituality you're getting into, or a whole other different set of philosophies that you guys are inviting into your life, you're opening up to, and they're starting to shape a new lifestyle for you, or a new way of life, a new way of living. But with Tahuti Akashic Records, I also did an Akashic reading here on YouTube. I think probably it's like, it might be like 2-3 months old now. I have 2 different Akashic Records pick a card reading here on YouTube. One I did was years ago, and then I just did a refreshed sort of like reading a couple of months ago. So if you guys want to check out that Akashic Records reading, there may be some messages in that for you. But yeah, with Tahuti here for sure. I'll even link down below in the description if you guys just want to quickly access that Akashic record reading. I'll just link it down in the description below for my pile 2s here. But yeah, Tahuti is also going to be behind you guys exploring new philosophies, new ways of life. If you guys feel like you need to catch a flight and like go explore the world or something, or if you're picking up new books and reading, or, you know, just kind of like soaking in a lot more knowledge, just know that Tahuti is leading you guys in that. And also is, whenever you guys come across information and knowledge that you really resonate with, just know that this is the energy behind that, Tahuti here. Okay. But you guys have both of these energies really at work in your life. Final message for you, pile 2, the spiritual awakening you guys will be having. Okay, this is 2 cards. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to keep shuffling. The law of truth, love unconditionally, create healthy boundaries. And then we have here the law of immortality. Time is only of the essence for your full expression. And then the law of correspondence underneath the deck. But I'm going to keep shuffling because they fell face down. If they're meant for you, it'll come back out. But let's see. Okay, we have the law of secondary causation. Stop reacting and start being the person that you've always desired to be. The law of divine will is underneath that. Stop waiting for a sign. The universe responds to your beliefs. Interesting, because we talked a lot about your beliefs in this reading today. Then we have the law of non-attachment. Let go, release, and allow miracles. The law of divine will says it is time to end waiting and begin living. The will of spirit is your authentic will. In drawing this card, your higher self desires for you to direct universal laws through the power of your mind and the conviction of your heart. The only transgression is not giving yourself fully to life. This is a sign to do the thing you've always desired to do, or take that course you've always wanted to experience. This is that 9th house exploration right here. It says, take action today, let go of resistance, and step into your grace. You guys also pulled the grace card over here. Journal in action says, where have you been holding yourself back in life? Contemplate bold actions to take right now that will allow you to align with your deepest desires. Let's go. And you guys also have divine will over here, or secondary causation, that says it is time to stop creating from a consciousness that is in a reactive state or from the past. This is that 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords. It says you always have a choice to create something new, doing your, just like you guys have shift in new life. It says doing your inner emotional trauma work will free you from repetitively projecting your BS or belief systems onto every situation and person. You must learn to exhale between the stimulus of life and harness your responsibility. Imagine how you would create your life if you did not have a past or any of your current circumstances. Take out a blank piece of paper and begin to write your new life into existence, just like we have new life right here for you. And that is, you guys, a spiritual lesson that you will be really learning or mastering in this next phase of life. But pile 2, this is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards. Then I'm going to be pulling some oracle cards to look into the biggest changes happening in your personal life and the brand new beginnings that your soul and higher self is calling in. So getting started, you have the Ace of Cups as your first tarot card, and it is in reverse. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles. And then the Two of Wands in reverse. You guys are not taking many risks in this new chapter. Pile 3, you guys are going for the sure thing. And that is honestly, with this next phase of life, that is honestly the only thing that you guys will be entertaining. It's going to be the only thing that really sort of even approaches you, or just, it's like you guys are starting to put out a certain type of energy where other people, situations, experiences, they're not going to approach you on anything that's like flimsy or not secure. That's just, you guys are going for the sure thing, because that's where you guys are right now. You're in a place where you are demanding security in your life. When it comes to work, finances, relationship, living situations, Two of Wands in reverse says you guys are not playing with your time by seeing how things could play out. So this isn't like, you know how it's like we can go into certain situations and be like, oh, we'll see what happens. No, you guys are not like on a we'll see what happens type of energy no more. Two of Wands in reverse. If something isn't a guarantee, you are not wasting your time, energy, or resources. You guys are pouring your energy into creating a solid life, one that is watertight and resistant to instability. Like, this isn't you guys, for instance, having a career that takes care of the bills. This is you guys like working somewhere that has also great benefits, and there's enough money to, put in a savings for the future. Another example here is like, this isn't renting, but owning. So you can minimize any sort of outside circumstances that could impact you. Also, there's a new role that you guys are stepping into, and it is redefining what you consider important. You guys are making really strong boundaries somewhere as well and sticking to them with this new chapter. Your new beginning starts with you pouring into yourself, pile 3, with the Ace of Wands or the Ace of Cups in reverse right here. You guys are limiting your availability and being very selective about how much you show up. For some of you that were intuitively drawn to this pile, you guys are heading into this next phase of life, making it very clear that your sole focus and priority is your family and your family only, with the 10 of Pentacles upright right here. Whether this is your blood family or your chosen family, your priorities are shifting entirely with this 10 of Pentacles. Also, you guys might be spending more time at home or where you grew up or with your extended family. This 10 of Pentacles also looks like a house to me for some reason. So you guys may be moving closer to family, staying with family, letting them stay with you. You guys could even be moving into like a multi-generational home or property that can accommodate you and some of your family. Pile 3. Also, it's 222 on my clock right now. But you guys may be totally moving somewhere where you guys like share a home or a home space with family, possibly in this next season of life. Some of you in this pile as well are also becoming homeowners with this new beginning. And I keep saying like a house getting built. So maybe this is literally or figuratively, but I keep saying it. And 2 of Wands right here, like this is the card of planning and strategizing, figuring out the next move and formulating a plan. So in reverse, this can talk about plans changing, and it likely has to do with the changes happening in your family, pile 3. This new beginning is shaping your legacy because you guys are building something that can take care of not just you, but your people. That is all you guys care about in this new chapter. It's all you have time for. All you want to do is give your people, your family, something that can sustain them, something that can sustain all of you, and something that you can pass down, essentially. So you don't really have any other interests outside of that with this 2 of Wands in reverse. You guys want to put your family on a different trajectory as well and show them like a different life. And so this next chapter, you guys may be trying to go into business with some family. You may be trying to make money with family. You guys may also be using family to get hired somewhere. So family may put in a good word for you, or this could be vice versa, where you guys are putting in a good word for a family member to get a job somewhere, something like that with the 10 of Pentacles right here. This can definitely talk about like making money with family with the 10 of Pentacles right here, or sharing the money that you earn and that you make, sharing whatever it is that you were able to obtain because of your income with the people that mean the most to you with this 10 of Pentacles right here. And like I said, I keep saying family, but it doesn't have to be blood family. This can be the people that you consider and call family because they're that close to you. This is like your small little unit. This is your small little community that you believe in, that you want to help and you want to take care of. And so some of you as well, this Ace of Cups in reverse, this is also this next phase of life is you guys paying back someone that has shown up for you with this Ace of Cups in reverse. This is like you guys like saying like, you know, you helped me out when I didn't have anywhere to go, or I didn't have a place to stay, or I didn't have a job. Like you helped me out and now I'm returning the favor. I'm paying you back with this Ace of Cups in reverse right here next to this 10 of Pentacles. So it's also another thing that you guys may be doing with this next phase of life is paying somebody back or paying something forward in some way. Because again, it's like, yes, you guys are filling your own cup, but it's also like you want to pour into other people as well with this Ace of Cups in reverse for sure. Because Ace of Cups upright, it talks about like the universe, divine intervention coming in and filling us up in a way where it fills our cup because we've been drained, we've been empty, we've been exhausted. And so in reverse, it can actually talk about like, I've eaten enough off this plate. Now I'm going to pass this plate along to my people, my unit that means the most to me. I'm going to feed, I'm going to fill the cups of those that I know are struggling, or they're trying to get by, or whatever the case may be. And so with this Ace of Cups in reverse, this could be you guys coming through and being this Ace of Cups in somebody else's life. So in other words, this could be like the universe, the Most High, God, a higher power moving and working through you to be that blessing to other people in your life, with the Ace of Cups in reverse coming out next to your 10 of Pentacles right here. And yeah, for sure. You guys also, like I said, you help kind of change the trajectory of other people's lives with this 2 of Wands in reverse right here. So there's definitely some big shifts. These big shifts aren't just going to be hitting you, but they're going to be hitting your people, pile 3, whoever these people may be. I don't know who they are, but whoever these people may be, they're hitting you. Maybe it's your children. Especially like if you guys are like a single parent or something, then this is you guys like turning their life around essentially. But you guys are definitely going to be like kind of like stretching a blessing is the best way I could describe it with this Ace of Cups in reverse right here. It's like because something came through and was a blessing for you, you're going to be blessing other people with that at the same time. Let's start getting some of your oracle cards here and grabbing some other information. Let's see what transits are going to create some shifts for you guys personally in this next phase of life. Okay, we have here Taurus, cultivate. Yeah, Taurus is a sign of manifestation. Then we have here dignified strength. It's really interesting because Taurus rules the second house. Second house is how we earn money, how we make a living. It rules our income. It also will show you what you own in this life, the material assets that you own, that you have cultivated, that you have built, that you have grown. And this is why Taurus is going to represent, it's going to be the sign that represents life or manifestation and the 3D realm. Taurus is one of the signs that is most involved in its 3D human incarnation or experience, because it's a very sensible sign, and it is it kind of like lives through its sensitivities. It lives through the 5 senses, and it filters a lot of life through its physical faculties. So when we're dealing with Taurus cultivate, it's all about how we build something or cultivate or manifest and bring things to fruition in this 3D material tangible realm. So it's a very tangible sign when we're dealing with Taurus. And Taurus, it's interesting because we have dignified strength here. And when we're dealing with dignified energies in astrology, it's because we're talking about like a planet that is either at home, like domicile, or it's like exalted in a particular sign. The planet that rules Taurus is Venus. The planet that is exalted in Taurus is the moon. So you guys may have a exalted moon. Your moon may be in Taurus. You may have an exalted Venus, which would be in Pisces. Your Venus could be in Pisces, or your Venus may be in Taurus. But either way, dignified, it talks about having like a resource. So this would be like dignified strength would be like having a big ass savings account where it's like you always have that money that you can go and pull out from if you need it, or if you just want it. Like it's not going to affect the money that you need to put to the side for other responsibilities. So when we're dealing with dignified planets, energies, and astrology, it's just sort of like this well of resources or knowledge or power that's just like sitting there, and we can use it as we want to. So with Taurus cultivate and dignified strength, what this is saying for both of these cards to come out for you, your next phase of life, you guys are going to find that you have a easier time cultivating or manifesting physical resources. You guys have an easier time bringing things to tangible form and to fruition in this next phase of life. It's going to be a strength of yours. It's going to be a talent of yours. It's going to be something that you're good at. It's going to be a power source that you guys regularly rely on and tap into and use in order to cultivate a new life, or more stability in life, more security in life, in order to take care of the people that mean the most to you in your life. Like we talked about, your 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is the card that of privilege. This 10 of Pentacles, it talks about somebody that worked so hard for so long. They ended up building something in life that now it takes care of not only them, but their family, their loved ones. Their loved ones are able to rely on the work that they have put in and invested in for years. So whatever you guys have been working towards for a long time, pile 3, you're going to be cultivating it. With Taurus cultivate right here, you're going to start being able to harvest the hard work that you've put in, the roots that you have, the seeds that you have planted. You're going to be able to start harvesting them or living off of them. And it's going to become a strength of yours. These seeds that you planted in the past is going to be a resource that now will support you. That's going to become your strength. So for sure, yeah, you guys are going to become extremely reliable for other people in your life. Taurus is an extremely reliable sign as well. It's a super like strong, tough sign because it's fixed earth. So it's the most solid sign in the zodiac that you can deal with. Can you tell I'm a Taurus? Anyways, though, yeah. So Taurus cultivate dignified strength. I mean, yeah, you guys are moving into your next phase of life. Oh, I forgot I said that in your reading. I forget what I say in these readings. I'm remembering it now. What I said when I was just looking at you guys' tarot cards, you guys are not entertaining anything that's flimsy anymore. You guys are only open to a sure thing. You're only open to things that is a guarantee. And we have here the most solid sign in the zodiac coming out because it's fixed earth. It's the most solid, secure sign, dependable sign you can deal with. You guys are moving into your next phase of life is going to be impenetrable, unmovable. It's going to be super secure and solid. So whatever you guys are building, it's strong. And you guys have been building this for a long time with the 10 of Pentacles right here. You guys have been building something for a long time. Ace of Cups in reverse. You guys have invested. You've poured yourself into something. And now it's going to start showing up for you, or it's going to become your foundation that you are able to use to take care of yourself and your loved ones. Let's look at how you guys' perspective will change with this new phase of life. We have here letting go cilantro, and underneath the deck we have coriander, honoring the self. Cilantro says, trigger statement, this is not the way it is supposed to be. True statement, I am free. Lift up your burdens and allow the divine to free you from them. Allow yourself to be cleansed of anything that is weighing you down. You guys are definitely going to have a lot of burdens lifted from you. Okay. If you guys have been dealing with a lot of burdens, trying to figure out how you're going to take care of yourself, take care of your family, your loved ones, whatever. Some of you with this 10 of Pentacles, you may have like a business or something, and where you were taking care of other people because you're trying to keep them employed. Like you having a business, it may be supporting other people where they're able to pay their rent and take care of themselves and their families because they are employed under you. So you guys have a lot of responsibility on your back, but just know that with the Taurus card or energy coming out for you, you guys are solid. You're able to carry all that weight. Taurus the bull is able to shoulder a lot of weight. And so you guys are able to take this on. But just know at the end of the day that if it has started to feel like a burden, you guys are going to be freed of that. Okay, you're going to be freed of that. It says, allow the divine to free you from these burdens and be cleansed of anything that is weighing you down. So the divine is going to be freeing you guys of a lot of burdens. And what that tells me is that because you, like we talked about your 10 of Pentacles, you guys are going to be taking care of other people. That is your priority. That is your goal. If you were intuitively drawn to this pile, you guys want to take care of somebody or something in your life. You want to maybe be an owner of a business or an entrepreneur. Maybe you want to start a family or have a family, grow your family, take care of the people in your life that are most important to you. You're not just focused on yourself if you were intuitively drawn to this pile. So that tells me that you guys are not going to be freed of these people. You guys are going to be, your foundation, your ground is going to become more secure. Your foundation is going to become more secure, more solid and stronger. Like we have dignified strength here where you guys are able to take more on, and it doesn't feel like a burden. It stops feeling like a burden because your ground, your foundation gets stronger. So in other words, this would be like, instead of being freed from your job, and now it's like, let's say you're getting married. Now you have like other people to take care of or to be there for, to be responsible for, right? So it's like, instead of you losing your job, you're going to be making more money, or you're going to get promoted, or maybe this is you starting your business where you make more money or something like that. It's like there's an increase somewhere. This is a dignified cultivation. This is a strengthened manifestation. So this is more abundance. This is more coming in. So you're able to do more, in other words. Okay. And then we have your coriander, honoring the self, trigger statement. This is the way it has always been done. True statement, I create my way. You are ready to fulfill your desires by thinking outside of the box. The path less traveled may be more fulfilling. So just know, pile 3, that you guys have your own way of doing something. With this honoring the self coriander card here, this is you guys honoring your own path and the very specific road that you had to travel to get where you're trying to go. That we have the 10 of Pentacles here. You guys, the 10 of Pentacles, it talks about getting somewhere. It talks about finally arriving at that destination. So for you guys, and like we talked about your 2 of Wands in reverse right here, some sort of path maybe had to change for you, some sort of plans, maybe you had to switch up your strategy, something like that. Whatever it is though, the different pivots and changes that you guys had to make, you end up getting where you've always envisioned yourself getting to with the 10 of Pentacles right here. You end up arriving at your destination. Maybe you had to figure out your own way in order to get there. But you guys end up building that. You end up actually bringing that to fruition. You guys need to be creative in thinking outside of the box. And this new chapter, this next phase of life for you, you will see yourself very many times changing up the plans, changing up the strategy. That tells me that you guys are going to have to discern your path and the right steps to take. And it's interesting because we have Taurus and dignified here, and the planet that is exalted in Taurus is the moon. And the moon is the most intuitive, discerning body in the cosmos. She represents our intuition. She represents our instincts. She represents our gut feelings. She speaks to us. She is the high priestess that speaks to us. It's that little voice that tells us, hey, go over here, go do that. When we listen to that voice, it leads us to exactly where we're meant to go. And what we end up, arriving at is our destination that we've been trying to manifest. So you guys, it's going to be really important for you to listen to your intuition, to really trust yourself, and to listen to your intuition and be led by that. Because by you guys being more intuitive, more spiritual, listening to yourself, following those gut instincts, that is what's going to lead you guys to your most prosperous life, where you are cultivating wealth and security and prosperity and abundance and success. All the stuff that you guys are trying to create, not just for yourself, but for other people in your life, you're going to get there by listening to those gut feelings. So it's really important to discern your path. Okay. All right. Let's see what theme you guys will be seeing a lot of in this next chapter, this next phase of life. We have here knowledge, and underneath the deck, talisman. So with knowledge right here, this talks about, for sure, you guys like learning a lot with this next phase of life. Knowledge as well with this book here. It feels like you guys are maybe, like I said, with your 10 of Pentacles, you guys maybe want to show your family a different way of life or a different way of living. You guys are putting your family on a different trajectory. I feel like you guys are writing a new story almost, with this book being open on this knowledge card right here. And so I feel like you guys, again, with knowledge, you guys are learning as you go. You guys are going to have to really discern your path and learn to trust yourself, because that is how you guys are going to end up seeing the most success and creating the most success. But you guys are going to be learning a lot. And this knowledge that you pick up on, you're going to be passing that down with the 10 of Pentacles right here. So not only are you going to be gaining a lot of knowledge, but your loved ones, your family, your unit, your people are going to be learning a lot through you. And whatever it is that you create, build, and then pass down, or share with them. So there's going to be a lot of knowledge to go around. There's going to be a lot of I just feel like everybody's quality of life that's around you is going to get better with this knowledge card right here. Also too, though, for knowledge to come out, you guys with this next phase of life, you may be going back to school, or maybe taking a course, getting certified with knowledge right here. But whatever it is, it's going to be a lot of life experience kind of teaching you guys as well. And then with talisman here, These are usually like little objects of power that maybe we wear or we keep with us that, maybe maybe they bring us good luck. So with talisman here and knowledge, this tells me that what you learn is going to be your good luck charm. You guys are going to be responsible for your own success, pile 3. This is not something, like sometimes like things just kind of fall in our lap, or like the universe blesses us with stuff, or we just end up kind of coming into opportunities. You guys are cultivating, building your success because you have planted these seeds a long time ago. With the 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups in reverse, you guys have planted these seeds years ago. Most of my pile 3s have. And you guys have had to pivot and course correct along the way with the 2 of Wands in reverse. Now, with this next phase of life that you guys are stepping into, you are finally starting to get somewhere. You are finally starting to be supported on all of this work that you have done and put in and invested in throughout the years. It's finally getting a little bit easier for you. This machine is starting to operate more smoothly, and you don't have to be, essentially like driving the car every step of the way anymore. It's like something is starting to support you. Something is starting to drive itself because it's the foundation is that strong. What you have built is that strong. It's that sturdy. It's that well crafted that not just you can depend on it, others can depend on it. So whatever it is that you guys learn here, knowledge, the more that you learn, the more luck and success and wealth, prosperity, blessings you're going to find with talisman and knowledge here. So that is what's going to get you guys to your destination. The more that you learn, the more that you are willing to take on this life experience and different opportunities, the more you're going to find that you cultivate certain blessings and certain even opportunities as well with knowledge and talisman right here. You're going to open a lot of doors yourself. And that may also create a sense of security as well with the Taurus card right here. Taurus is a very stable sign. We even have Uranus about to move out of Taurus and into Gemini for the first time in 7 years, in a couple more months. So you guys may notice in the next couple of months that your life seems to really stabilize with Taurus showing up here and then dignified strength. You may notice that your life really starts to stabilize. But again, knowledge is going to be you guys' good luck. That's going to be your good luck charm. But also too, if you guys have any sort of objects of power, any crystals, any necklaces, anything that you feel like sort of brings you good luck or good energy, good vibes, start maybe carrying it with you with the talisman card here. Let's see what is going to be healed in you guys' life. Okay. We have home underneath the deck, and then we have integration. So your life, you guys, like pile 3. Yeah, pile 3. You guys may have felt like your life was a little disjointed or kind of all over the place. This next phase of life is going to feel more integrated. It's going to feel more unified. It's going to feel again more solid. It's going to feel like you're working on one accord, like you are on the same page with another part of your life that maybe felt like it was almost working against you in some ways. So with integration here, things are going to feel more seamless. They're going to feel easier. And you're going to feel as though you're working as like one force towards that destination that you're trying to get to with the 10 of Pentacles right here. And then with home, like I was saying, for you guys, it's like your sole focus with this new phase of life is like your family. So your home right here. So also too, I think it was your pile where I said, I keep saying the vision of a home, a house. Yeah. Some of you guys as well too, with this home card right here, you are maybe building a house. Yeah. You were the pile where I said you guys may be like moving into a multi-generational home, or maybe getting a bigger home. Family may be moving in with you. You guys may be integrating homes. So you may be moving family or something into the same home. You guys may be moving in with family. Something like that may be happening definitely with the home, but there's some sort of healing here as well with the home. So this could be healing within the family, healing within the actual literal home, where it's like maybe you guys needed to fix a part of your home or renovate a part of your home, or maybe you needed a bigger home. Maybe you were having some issues with your home where you were living. Maybe it wasn't big enough. Maybe there was some family or other people in your life that were having issues where they were living, and finally that gets healed as well with home and integration right here. Okay. So just know that a lot of you guys' life is going to start making sense. It's going to start getting integrated. So this is like different paths coming together. I guess I could describe it as different paths coming together, different people coming together with home and integration over here. So there's healing with that as well. Maybe feeling more like a unit, more like a family. Let's just see what magic is going to be worked in you guys' life, moving into this new chapter. Ooh, okay. We have here justice came out for you guys, true love, and letting go right here. You also have the letting go card over here as well. I am free. Letting go says allow the wisdom to remain, but the sting I will never feel again. So you guys are also going to be letting go of some sort of, maybe, I don't know if there was just something that maybe happened in you guys' life. Yeah, you also have justice right here. You guys are also going to feel a sense of justice. By the power of 3x3, Ma'at deliver justice to me. There's going to be a sense of justice in this next phase of life too. So I don't know if maybe you guys have been like working really hard because maybe somebody or something caused some issues in your life. Maybe somebody or something brought some instability to your life. Maybe you guys have been building and working towards, yeah, I did mention when I was just looking at you guys' tarot cards that you guys are only investing in a sure thing. You're only investing in things that are solid and secure. And that could be because you guys or somebody else brought a sense of chaos or instability and just a lot of volatility to your life, and you guys are finally letting that go. You're getting out of that pattern, in other words. So justice here, like we see the scales here, is getting balance. That is another thing that is going to be a big, like, you're going to see like magic working in that way in your life in this next phase of life where the scales get balanced for you. There's a sense of justice where karma is getting balanced for you. You guys are getting what you've worked for finally, and things are going to start to feel like they're more balanced, like they're more secure, like they're more grounded with the justice card here. And then letting go, you guys are going to be able to let go of maybe something that you have held on to. And what you guys may have held on to, it may have been, again, some sort of disturbance or volatility or chaos that somebody or something brought into your life. And you may have been trying to fix that. And you may have been trying to get your life back on track ever since. You guys are finally going to be able to let that go because it's like that justice comes in, that karma comes in, and it helps you guys like restabilize or balance your life back out where it doesn't feel so disjointed. Like we have the integration card over here as well. Okay, so just know that karma for sure is going to be working in you guys' next phase of life. And that may be why you guys are feel like there's a lot of luck coming into your life as well with talisman. It may be a lot easier to manifest moving forward into this next phase of life with cultivate Taurus, cultivate and dignified strength. Because again, that's just that karma. You guys planted seeds a long time ago. Now, where you guys may be seeing some sense of justice or letting something go, it could have to do with romance because we have here true love come to me. True love shall come to me as I do will, so mote it be. That's another sense of magic that you guys will see working in your life, is that you attract some sort of love, some sort of romance, true love coming into your life. But again, this is a love or a connection or a relationship that is true, that is long lasting, that is loyal, that is honest. This is like your true love. So this could be romantic. And Taurus, like I said, it is the sign of manifestation. So you guys could even be manifesting, drawing in a true love, a romantic partner, or if you're already in a romantic situation, this could be your relationship with your significant other, just improving and getting better to where you guys are building a life together, especially with the 10 of Pentacles right here and true love come to me showing up. Let's see what signs you guys may see just before this next phase of life hits. Okay, we got a few cards falling out. We have phrases, motivation, and water surrender. and then cowrie shell, abundance underneath the deck. Okay. So you guys may be seeing some sort of shells. Maybe you find a shell. If you guys go to the beach or something, you may find one that really sticks out to you and you want to take home. We do have the talisman right here. So you guys may see some sort of shell or a crystal or a rock, something that really stands out to you, and you feel like you need to take it home. If so, just know that it's a good luck or like a charm for you with cowrie shell right here. And you may even notice as well, though, that abundance starts flowing into your life just before you guys shift into this next phase of life. We do have the 10 of Pentacles up right here for you. So abundance is going to be coming in as well right before this next phase of life starts for you guys. And that's going to be, again, like I said, there's going to be an expansion or more stability when it comes to your income with Taurus cultivate right here. How you guys make a living, how you guys earn a living or earn an income is going to really stabilize by expanding. Yeah, so we have here abundance. Then we have here phrases motivation, never give up. You guys, if you feel like giving up, if you have felt tired, if you have felt like things aren't working, if you have felt like you've been working hard for a long time and you're getting exhausted, do not give up. Okay, so you may see a phrase like never give up. You may keep coming across the same sort of like motivational statements or words or phrases or something like that right before you shift into this next phase of life that is going to be moving into a season of abundance and stability and security and a lot more wealth, and where you guys are manifesting a lot more easily as well. Then we have here water surrender. You guys may definitely be going to the beach. You may feel called to the beach or towards a body of water, maybe even taking like a spiritual bath or something like that with water here, or maybe like going to a pool or something. So you guys may notice you're around a lot more water, or you feel drawn to water right before you shift into this next phase of life. But it says surrender. So you guys may kind of surrender or even feel like I need to pull back a little bit and stop working as hard or trying as hard, because I feel like the harder that I work or the more that I work, the more that I'm kind of gassing myself out. So you guys may honestly, pile 3, you may start to feel burnt out right before you shift into this next phase of life, and then things just get super easy for you. With Taurus cultivate dignified strength, something is getting very easy for you guys. And we got letting go coming out twice. You guys may notice that you start to feel a little burnt out and that you start not trying as much. You kind of pull back a little bit right before you shift into cultivating, right before you see manifestations and abundance start to flow into your life. Okay. So these could be the signs that you guys see just before. Oh, and my baby just woke up. Let's see. Let's grab your perfect timing. Let's grab your, the spiritual awakening that you guys will be having in this next phase of life. And we have for you the law of love. Your heart knows no bounds. And then we have here the law of divinity. Within you is the same source that created the entire universe. So there is definitely something going on here with romance or love, relationships, something like that. Like I said, with your 10 of Pentacles right here, all you guys have time for is your family. And maybe your family is your partner. Maybe it is your significant other. Maybe it's the family that you guys are building with your significant other. Maybe there's somebody coming into your life. Some of you may have been very drawn to pile 2 because that was kind of a little bit of the focus or the theme that kept coming through for pile 2. You may have been drawn to pile 2, or you may have just come from listening to pile 2. Just know for sure that there is a significant other in you guys' life or coming to you guys' life where you guys are going to be building something together. Okay. Yeah. You guys are definitely, some of you guys in this pile, if you were drawn to pile 2, just know for a fact that both of these messages are very like intertwined. But you guys are definitely building a future together, or you're building for other people in mind. Whether this is like children that you guys decide to have together, or maybe it's just like your partner has family that they're trying to look out for and you help them in some way, or you have family that you're trying to look out for and your partner helps you in some way, because love keeps coming through for you guys too. So we have here the law of love. Your heart knows no bounds. I'm going to read this out of the book. And it's the law of love says, love is the transcending of spirit through your desires, expressing itself as the flow of your heart. By drawing this card, your soul is ready for you to be more expressed in love. The universe is deepening your relationship or bringing you a relationship right now. Your work is to let go of suppression and repression and embrace pleasure, which includes tearing down the walls around your heart. Remember, love points the way and universal law makes it possible. And Taurus's ruling planet is Venus. We got dignified strength here, which is either talking about its ruling planet, which is Venus, or the planet that is exalted in Taurus, which is the moon. Could be a major focus on love for you guys, or your significant other, your partner may also play a huge role in helping you get to this destination, this 10 of Pentacles destination right here. And then Journal in Action says, love bomb everyone you come in contact with today. Find one thing that inspires you about them. Tell them their greatest qualities. Write a love letter to a family member. Mentions family right here. So this law of love card could also be talking about family. And then it says, shout out your friends on social media and tell them how great they are. Like I said, for you guys, whether this is your blood family or your chosen family, whoever this is, I open up you guys' reading saying that it's like, that is all you have time for. That's all you want to spend your time with. That's all you want to focus on is your family, the people that mean the most to you, because you guys are focused on building a life with them, building a life for them, and just focused on like living, increasing the quality of life for the people that mean the most to you. And so just know that this next phase of life, you guys are going to see you living a very abundant next phase of life with your people, with your family, and building something very beautiful. So these seeds are about to manifest for you guys that you planted a long time ago, and you're going to be able to share it with your most important people. Pile 3, I am so sorry. I knew I was forgetting one of these cards and I could not rack my brain as to what. So let me just pull one final card for you guys to see what Kamisha Netzer is going to, what energy is going to be over this next phase of life for you. And we have Osiris Heavenly Messages here and Happy Water Spirit underneath the deck. Okay, and Osiris or Wisiris is Cometian name. Osiris is his Egyptian Greek name, Greek given name. A lot of his spirit has to do with rejuvenation or regeneration, resurrection, stuff like that, because he basically goes on to live after death. And so basically for you guys with Osiris Heavenly Messages here, just know that Spirit is going to be talking to you guys a lot as you are traveling down this path. And it's going to be really important for you guys to, like we kind of talked about, really listen to discern the steps that you are going to be taking in this path, because it's going to be really important for you guys to be led by Spirit in order to get to this 10 of Pentacles place with Wazir Heavenly Messages here. So just know for a fact that you guys are going to be getting a lot of downloads from divine consciousness, from divine intelligence that is going to be guiding you guys on this path to your 10 of Pentacles destination. And we also did have Happy Water Spirit underneath the deck, just like we pulled water right here. So pay attention to water, you guys, because water spirits may be trying to send you a lot of messages as well. Pay attention to your dreams. But yeah, pile 3, now we're done. I'm sorry, I forgot to pull that card for you guys or from that deck. But let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages, as well as Wazir for coming through. And you guys stay safe, healthy, blessed, keep conquering the world, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye. Pile 4, welcome to your reading. So we're starting off with your tarot cards. I'm going to be pulling some oracle cards to look into the biggest changes about to happen in your personal life and the brand new beginnings that your soul and higher self is calling in. Then we'll pull some oracle cards. And I don't know if you guys, if my mic is picking this up, but I apologize. I have like a hydroponic system whose water thing just turned on to water the plants. And so I don't know if my mic's picking up, but it's kind of loud. Anyway, starting off with your tarot cards, we have the 6 of Cups in reverse. Then we have here the Knight of Swords. And then the King of Cups, also in reverse. This should be turning off soon, you guys, if you can hear it. Okay, so pile 4, yes. Did you guys maybe write down some intentions, or maybe like make a vision board or a mood board? Whatever you guys have maybe been praying for, actively manifesting using some candles, whatever magic you've been working starts coming in really, really fast with the Knight of Swords upwards here, especially the intentions that you've set or the energy work that you've been doing to eliminate energy blockages. Those obstacles are coming apart quickly. Whatever childhood burdens or wounds you've been carrying from the past with the Six of Cups in reverse will not come into this next phase of life with you, Pile 4. A lot of you guys have taken emotional responsibility for other people. You've made it your job to take care of other people's happiness, or it's something that you were taught to do. You guys may have been taught to take care of people's happiness and their well-being with this King of Cups over here in reverse. Him showing up in reverse says you're not taking that burden into this new beginning. Him showing up in reverse says, I have taken care of other people for so long, or so much, that I don't have anything left over at the end of the day to give to myself. You guys are not going to keep draining yourself emotionally anymore like that in this next phase of life. Also, too, I keep saying the number 234. Maybe that's a number that you guys keep saying, like an angel number 234. Maybe you guys were drawn to piles 2, 3, and 4 today. For some reason, I just keep saying 2, 3, and 4. But yeah, just before you guys step into this next phase of life, you will be doing a lot of emotional detoxing. With both the Six of Cups and the King of Cups in reverse, you guys are releasing a lot of repressed energy. Also, some of you, a small group of you, will take the opportunity. There may be an opportunity here to do like a past life regression right before you start this next phase of life. And it'll also help release emotions, experiences, and traumas that your soul has carried around for lifetimes. That's why these energetic blockages are dissolving so quickly for you guys, because of all this work that you guys are doing. And also, I don't know if this is like a personal therapy session or a tarot reading, maybe an astrology, maybe a numerology reading, maybe palmistry. I don't know. Something here feels like a spiritual assessment that a lot of you guys get done just before this next phase or this new beginning kicks off. And it puts a lot of things into perspective for you. It gives you a lot of insight, and it brings you some peace and understanding about what you've been going through, about what you're processing emotionally, about how the spiritual detox is showing up or manifesting in your life. And it'll also help you accept the process. And right when you guys stop sort of like resisting your emotional body and allowing yourself to feel, it instantly pulls in this new beginning or this fresh start. Some of you also, you have like maybe questioned your life, or you have maybe deep regrets or disdain for where you are at in your life right now. And it's mostly because all of this pain has felt purposeless. And your guys are saying it's felt that way because you have denied yourself the right to feel pain or be angry or grieve and feel those stronger, more difficult emotions. Also, you guys will notice that as you begin to release these trapped emotions, it awakens a lot of your spiritual or even psychic gifts that you haven't felt in a long time. It may have been a while for some of you since you felt or used your gifts, and you will notice that they come flooding back just before you start on this new beginning. There has been a lot of you trapped in the past, or maybe you've been trapped in kind of like a past sort of like experience that has wounded you. And it's time that you guys are released from that with this Knight of Swords right here. There's also some sort of cosmic alignment triggering this process for you guys as well. I don't know if this is like a full moon or maybe like an eclipse or your solar return. We're just coming off of eclipse season here. But this could even be like a super moon for some reason. That's kind of coming through too. But some sort of cosmic transit comes together like a puzzle piece for you guys, and it unleashes a wave of trapped energy. It'll feel intense, Pile 4, like an emotional marathon. You may actually feel physically tired and exhausted after this release. Your guys are showing me there's also energy trapped in your bones, specifically your shoulders. That upper area may feel physically heavy. You guys may notice that like you're kind of like hunched over a little bit a lot, and it's like trapped energy. It's trapped emotionally. And I know the gut is where we process our emotions, but your guys are specifically pointing out the shoulders and even the chest area for some of you here, and how after this releasing process, you guys are going to feel physically lighter and even able to like kind of stand up straighter after this process. So, all right, sorry you guys, had a phone call. Anyways, let's start grabbing. Let's grab some cards here, some oracle cards, to see what hold on. I don't know what it is or why, but your guides are kind of telling me to pull from this deck really quick. Let's see. Clarifying Life Situations card. I haven't pulled from this deck for any other pile today. I'm going to do it for you guys. Let's see what we get. We have here Resurrection. It says shake off the past and rise again. Yeah, that's what we talked about. Your Six of Cups in reverse. Reinvent yourself and you will rise up from the ashes even more powerful. That's exactly what you guys are doing. You are releasing past repressed emotions and energy. This is that resurrection right here. And then it says recovery, comeback. Find strength and healing as each step forward renews hope and paves the way for a triumphant resurgence. Yeah, this is why they wanted me to pull from this deck. This is exactly what we talked about when we were just going over you guys' tarot cards here. You guys are releasing a lot of repressed energy, a lot of emotion. You guys are escaping whatever past wounds or even traumas have kind of held you hostage. You guys are kind of resurging and coming back from that. Underneath the deck here, we have seek clarity, embrace openness and insight, allowing life's truths to reveal themselves. This is exactly what I said. Some of you guys are going to have the opportunity to either do a past life regression and kind of get your resurgence from that, or this could be you guys maybe getting an astrology reading or a palmistry reading or something like that. Some sort of maybe like, or some sort of like reading done where you guys get some insight where you guys get some like insight as to what's going on, the process that you're in the middle of right now. And you guys are going to be getting a lot of clarity. That's why your guides were pointing at this deck, because it's like, yeah, this is pretty much what we talked about though. And then we have here Sky of Clarity, soar into the boundless sky of clarity, where insights are as infinite as the azure expanses. You guys are about to get a lot of insight. Okay. So you'll notice that if you feel called to get a sort of spiritual reading, maybe it's a therapy session. I don't know. If you guys feel called to do something where it's like, I feel like I need to get a reading done, or I feel like I need to start therapy, or I feel like I need a whatever, you're going to notice that you get a lot of insight, and that insight helps sort of like almost resurrect you guys, or it helps sort of like liberate parts of yourself that have been sort of trapped in a past wound. Okay. Let's grab a astrology card here to see what transits is going to create some shifts for you guys, some personal shifts for you guys. Pile 4. I keep seeing 2, 3, 4. I don't know what that is or why. But 2, 3, 4, you guys may be saying that a lot. We have here retrograde review. And then underneath the deck here, we have 8th house mystery. Yeah, you guys are going to be getting some readings done or something. 8th house is basically like the house. If there was any house in astrology that deals with the occultism, the arcane, the mysteries and divination and all that other stuff, it would definitely be the 8th house, which is ruled by Scorpio. But as we can see here, there's a skull on this 8th house card because the 8th house deals with things like rebirth and resurrection. Okay. So this is basically where parts of ourself, they like die away in order for other parts to be reborn, or to this is the phoenix rising from the ashes. That's what the 8th house rules. So it's the house of like resurrection, resurgence, reemergence, stuff like that. So 8th house mystery. Whatever mystery you guys are going through right now, you may feel like you are emotionally despondent. You may feel emotionally like you are in the trenches emotionally right now, or at the time that you guys see this reading, or you could have just come out of that place. And basically that is because, like I said, you guys are releasing a lot of repressed energy. Something's going to be triggering you guys' natal chart. Something is going to line up so beautifully where it's like, it just causes this burst of emotions for you guys, where you are releasing all of this past stuff. And it may make you guys feel, like I said, physically exhausted. This is that retrograde review right here. You guys are releasing stuff from the past. That's what this retrograde review card is talking about. It's talking about stuff that has kind of kept you guys in the past. It's held you hostage in the past, or in past events. Karmically, it's sort of held you hostage, and you guys are breaking free from that. Retrograde energies or retrograde planets, when planets go retrograde, they're basically turning their energy inwards. They're going within. So they're doing a lot of introspection. They're doing a lot of reviewing. They're doing more observing than living. They are a bit more passive than active when planets go retrograde, depending on which planets go retrograde and how they're being aspected. But There's neither here nor there. The point is that retrograde review, retrograde talks about using our energy to go inwards, look within and figure out what we have to do, figure out what is going on within so we can move forward without nearly as much baggage. So we can have our Phoenix rising moment. So that's exactly what's happening with you guys. You guys may even have something retrograding through your 8th house. What is currently retrograde? At the time of me filming this, we have Venus and Mercury both retrograde in the sign of Pisces. So you guys may, your 8th house may be ruled by Pisces, or you may have some planets that retrograde through your 8th house. And once they start moving into your 8th house or retrograding in your 8th house, this could be something that you guys like experience or go through, or that may sort of be the start of this new life for you guys. Okay. But you guys' new life is pretty much going to start with you kind of reviewing things, reviewing certain mysteries in your life, trying to get insight, like seek clarity right here, by exploring your own mysteries and exploring like, why do I feel this way? Or why have I held on to this? Or why do I operate in this way? And kind of like slowly working through whatever you've been holding on to. Let's look into how you guys' perspective is going to change with your essential oil cards right here, or these essential oil cards. Let's see. How's you guys' perspective going to change? Pile 4. Okay, so we have purification. Yeah, you guys are going to be purifying your life. And then we have here myrrh underneath the deck, support. These two fell out, but they fell out face down. I'm still going to show you guys. We have here processing and self-worth. So digestive processing says, trigger statement, I am so worried. True statement, I have the solution. Slowing down and listening to your inner voice will provide you with direction and purpose. Okay, so you guys are going to be processing. Once you process these emotions, this repressed stuff, you're going to notice that you feel like you have the solution, like you are the solution, and like you are able to move forward with direction and purpose. Kind of like feeling unstoppable. If you're moving forward with direction and purpose, that can lead to us feeling unstoppable and feeling like a force to be reckoned with. And that's what I'm kind of feeling like you guys are going to feel like once you come out of this retrograding sort of phase, and you're just going to feel like you're resurrected. Recovery, comeback. And then we have your self-worth, metabolic, trigger statement, I am disgusting. True statement, I am a miracle. I'm a miracle, just like resurrection right here. You guys are going to feel like a miracle. 8th house mystery. You're going to feel like a miracle. It says, please be gentle and love yourself. Provide your body, mind with what it truly needs to carry you on your journey. Self-worth. This is another thing that you guys are going to be healing and is going to be resurrecting as well in this next phase of life for you. Then we have your cleansing, purification, trigger statement. Their opinion matters to me. True statement. I see things in a new way. As you release external influences and energy, you will become clear with regard to what is needed. So you guys are going to become clear with regard to what is needed, just like we have seek clarity right here. That is what is going to be purified, is you guys' vision. Is you guys' life. Your life is going to feel like it's been clarified. It's going to feel like it's been almost cleansed. And that's because you guys are going to feel emotionally cleansed, emotionally purified. That is why you guys are going through this phase where it's like you're getting all of that out because it's been repressed. You've been harboring it. You've been holding on to it. Your body has been holding on to it. And as you guys release it and let it go, things are just going to clear up. They're going to purify. And then we have here support. Trigger statement, I am not supported. True statement, I move forward with divine grace. It says, take comfort and know that you are supported. Nurture your inner child and connect with the earth. Just know that you guys are supported, whether this is like physically or spiritually. There's a lot of support for you. A lot of support, and you guys are going to be able to see that a little bit more clearly, or a lot more clearly, honestly, as you release a lot of these emotions that you've been holding on to. Let's see the focus or theme that you guys will see a lot of in this next phase of life. We have meditate. So you guys may be meditating more, and relief. Exactly. As you guys release, you're going to feel instant relief after you guys go through this phase and you release that energy. After you release that repressed energy, you're going to feel a lot of relief, like a lot of it. And then meditate here. it may be easier for you guys to meditate. Meditation may have, I don't know why, just looking at this meditate card, I don't know if some of you you didn't like to meditate because of where you would go, maybe spiritually or energetically, or the stuff that would kind of come up for you after a meditation session. I don't know why I'm feeling like repulsed almost at the idea of meditating, looking at this card. But you guys may notice, if that's the case, if that resonates for you, you guys may notice that like after this like processing where you guys kind of emotionally process and let some stuff go, you may notice that meditation actually starts to feel relaxing, that it actually starts to relieve you. That's what it is. Meditation may not have felt like a relief for a long time for some of you in this pile. It's actually, you guys may hear my son like yelling upstairs at his dad. Anyways, you guys may start to notice that meditation that it relieves you, that it makes you feel better, that you come out of it feeling clearer, that you feel stronger, that you feel more grounded, that you feel more solid, that you start to get those meditation effects that a lot of people talk about where they're like, meditating feels so good. You guys may have always responded to that as like, really? Like, it's never felt good to me. You guys are going to start to feel those effects of like meditating after releasing a lot of this emotion. Okay, meditating, it may even start to be something that you guys do frequently, and a lot of the time is like meditating, because you guys are energetically metabolizing a lot as you're going through this kind of like retrograding review phase. Let's look into what you guys are going to be healing in this next phase of life. We have here honoring your energy. You guys are going to be honoring your energy. And then we have here abundance as well. So there could even be some financial healing too. I don't have any cards here or any messages talking about finances, but just know we got the 8th house that does talk about shared finances, shared resources, stuff like that. So abundance, or this could just be the energy of abundance where you guys feel more abundant. You don't feel like you're in a scarce sort of mentality or like a environment where you're dealing with scarcity and stuff like that. So you may even be healing your environment where it feels more fertile, it feels more abundant, it feels more lively, it feels more secure. It just feels better. And then we also have here honoring your energy. You guys are going to be healing your ability to honor yourself. Like we talked about your King of Cups in reverse, a lot of you guys, you were either taught or in some way you learn to take care of other people and not yourself. You learn to take care of other people and to neglect yourself. Maybe you learned through example. Maybe somebody taught you that. Maybe somebody conditioned you in that way. You guys are dropping that belief and saying, no, I've got to show up for myself. You guys are going to be honoring your own energy in this next phase of life as well. And the more that you honor your own energy, the more that channels and streams of abundance are going to blast open for you. Okay. Let's see what magic you guys may see pop up in your life. Pile 4. Yeah. Oops. Oh, okay. We have here romance, friendship, and then healing. So you guys, there may even be some healing with romance and friendship. 8th house does also deal with intimacy as well. So there may be some sort of relationships that have kind of like put you guys, well, yeah, we talked about that with your King of Cups in reverse, that you guys are used to taking care of other people emotionally. You're used to taking on the responsibility for their happiness, but not your own. So that may have been something where you guys may have almost felt like in order to have people in your life, in order to have romance or friends in your life, like you had to almost neglect yourself. And that's not happening anymore. The magic that you guys are going to be seeing happening in your life is going to have huge effects on your romantic life and then your friends, the friends in your life, the people that you consider friends in your life. You're going to see healing come into both of those sectors in your life, romantically and friend-wise, because the more that you guys honor your own energy and heal yourself and release those past emotions, you're going to be able to develop deeper levels of empathy and intimacy. That is going to help you guys authentically develop really healthy connections with people, connections that aren't driven off of how you can show up for them, or connections that aren't going to cost you you showing up for yourself, because you guys may have felt like that, or you may have learned that in the past somehow, that it's like relationships are about showing up for other people and neglecting yourself. And you may not have even noticed that that was how maybe you were operating in your relationships. Maybe this was more subconscious or even unconscious with the 8th house mystery right here. But yeah, as you guys like start to honor yourself, you're going to notice that it has really beautiful effects on your relationships in your life. So just know that this next phase of life for you, your friendships and your romantic relationships are going to see a lot of healing. They're going to come to you from healed spaces for sure. Let's see what signs may pop up in your life just before you enter this next phase of life. Pile 4. Okay, we have here bees, community. So community some of you guys, you may have been drawn to pile 1 as well, because a community came up in pile 1 a little bit. But we have here bees community. So you guys may notice a lot of bees or imagery of bees or something like that just before this next phase of life starts for you. Community may become really important to you, or you may see some really big changes happen within your own community just before this next phase of life kicks off for you. You guys may even retrograde away from your community. So you guys can get some, you guys in this pile, we're definitely drawn to other piles today. Like I said, I keep seeing 2, 3, 4, but that could be because you guys are seeing the angel number 2, 3, 4. But something about community came through. I think that was for pile 1. You guys may have been very called to pile 1. Just know that both of those piles are very connected if that's the case. But yeah, with bees here community, you guys may feel as though you kind of pull away from your community for a little bit, just so you can kind of take some time to yourself. And that may be something that you feel called or led to do just before this next phase of life kicks off for you. And then we have here recycle, recover, hello again. This definitely brings to mind this resurrection card right here and this 8th house mystery, where it's like, and after you come out of the retrograde phase, you know, like after planets are done retrograding, they station back direct. And it's like, oh, hello again. Here you are again. They come back feeling renewed and refreshed because they took that time to recharge. So you guys are recycling and recovering yourself from, like we talked about when we were just looking at your tarot cards down here, you guys are recovering yourself back from places where you have been wounded and traumatized. There have been parts of yourself that were left in those past wounds, and you guys are recovering yourself from those spaces, recovering parts of your soul. And so, I also mentioned that as well. Some of you guys, you may be doing some past life regression or something like that in order to kind of to sort of recover yourself from these spaces. Okay. So you'll notice that happens as well. You may even see this symbol, this recycle symbol sort of, or even like the infinity symbol or like the yin yang symbol, just before this new phase of life kicks off. There was keys underneath that card. So you guys may even lose your keys, or you may lose something important to you just before this next phase of life kicks off for you as well. And just so I don't forget, because I forgot for the last pile, let's see what Kamisha Netter is going to have a big role in your next phase of life. We have here Keb Sanuf, Fire Spirit, and Aset, Alchemy and Healing. Okay. Underneath the deck, we have Sarcophagus, Initiation. So you guys are being initiated. You're going through an initiation phase. And it's really interesting because for the Patreon members and for the YouTube members, we just did a really deep dive into the astrology chart for the eclipse season. And one thing that kept coming through in that chart was that a lot of the conscious collective is going through an initiation phase. And a lot of the conscious collective is burnt out. We are spiritually burnt out. We are emotionally burnt out. We are mentally burnt out. We are tired. A lot of the conscious collective is. And it's because we're going through an initiation process. And a lot of what that process looks like is exactly like your pile 4, where it's like there's a lot of emotions that we have not dealt with. We've suppressed them. We have pushed them down because we needed to focus on other things. We were kind of like pushed into a state of survival mode. And so now we are getting back in touch with those emotions because we've been too numb, and we've been numb because we've learned to detach from our feelings and from our emotions. And so like getting back in touch with those feelings is like there's an initiation phase here happening where spiritually you guys are shifting, vibrationally you're shifting. And in order to make that shift, you have to get back in touch with yourself. And so that means recalling parts of yourself that have been stuck in the past and feeling those things that you need to feel through. So with Aset here, alchemy and healing, you guys are going to be alchemizing a lot of that old energy, a lot of those old vibrations, a lot of those emotions that have been stuck there. Aset is an extremely healing netter. And she played a really big role in Commission tradition. But yeah, look into Aset, you guys. Do research on her. Her Greek given name, her Egyptian name is Isis. So look into her story, read about her story. You guys may feel very called to her energy. You may already know who this netter is, and you may already work with her, feel very called to her. If so, just know that she is going to be playing a massive role in this next phase of life for you, okay? Because she was a master healer. She was the only one in the Commission tradition that knew Ra's true name. She tricked him into giving her his real name. And because the Commissions believe that like if somebody knew your true name, you held power over them. And she was the only one that had the knowledge of Ra's true name, which made her a master healer and a master in the art of alchemy. So very powerful nets are coming through for you. And then you also have your fire spirit. So you guys may really like working with fire. If so, start working with fire, you guys, because like candle magic, stuff like that, or working with your own like solar energy, your sun energy. And then a final message here for you guys, the spiritual awakening that you guys will be experiencing this next phase of life. We have here the law of immortality. Time is only of the essence for your full expression. Underneath the deck, we have the law of gender. Embrace your divine masculine and divine feminine within. The law of immortality says by drawing this card, it indicates that you are ready to know the truth of who you are. This is that seek clarity. This is that seek clarity right here. It says your higher self desires for you to reveal the truth of your eternal essence. You are an immortal spiritual being capable of eternal life, just like we have this resurrection card right here. And we all know about the story of Jesus and how he was resurrected, and you know, his thing was eternal life or life after death. And it says capable of eternal life in the physical body and total wellness. You are the continuity of the individual soul, forever and ever expanding. Any symptoms of the body are spirit, your higher self, nudging you to align with Mother Nature and universal law. You are not your body. You have a body. Energy can never be destroyed. It only transforms. Spread your wings and fly. Journal and action says, journal and ask yourself, knowing that I'm immortal, what is important for me to create and experience in this lifetime? And pile 4, this is it. This is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, and the netter Aset for coming through and delivering these messages for you guys today. You guys stay safe, healthy, blessed. Keep conquering the world, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.